Hey, it's Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me in the late wee hours, early Saturday morning. Thanks for joining me. This will be a live discussion. You will be able to sit back, relax, enjoy the commentary in the chat, and or join the panel. Please refrain from using any derogatory language, profanity in the chat or on the panel. New guests are welcome to join the panel. Please let your name in the chat match your name on the live stream panel. Thank you so very much. You have the option to show yourself or not show yourself. This is the Queen back at it. This is pertaining to Cash Gernon, the 4-year-old Caucasian child who was found discarded in a public street in Dallas, Texas. I want to chop up a video that I watched and commentary on Molly Golightly's channel. I also will discuss some things that were mentioned in Madness channel tonight. So I'll be discussing two separate content creators chats tonight. Usually I don't like mentioning other YouTubers' names on the channel for various reasons. So please, if you have anything to say about anything that you've heard, just say that you heard it. Don't mention anyone's name in the chat because it starts problems when you mention YouTubers' names. So if you want to repeat something that you heard via Facebook or YT, just say I heard. Do not mention anyone's name. You will be blocked. Thank you for joining me. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Hello, I've got I've got 3 mods on deck. Thank you. I got 16 viewing. Amen. Thank you. We're going to get this party started. Since I got 16 in, we're going to go ahead and get started. If you're coming in late, just go back, recap. It's no problem. Okay, we're going to start with Molly Golightly's channel. Very interesting live that she did. Been coming up 2 days now. I want to mention some of the things that was said on there. It was a very interesting commentary on her channel. And I want to dissect it only because she had a woman drive through the neighborhood where Monica Sherrod lived with her children and the said 2 children, one whom is deceased now. And I found it very interesting, the drive-through, because in my mind, what I'm trying to dissect is this main thing, which is my title. Why was this child discarded in a public street? Why was this child discarded just a few steps from someone's driveway, sidewalk? Why there? When you go to the channel and watch the said person's drive-through of the neighborhood, the lady's drive-through, you will see that there was no need for someone to discard the child in the street. It makes no logical sense for the child to have been discarded in the street. There was a trail that they called a trail, what they considered a wooded area. You could see through the trees because, like I said, that demographic is not the same as where I live. What we have as woods is real woods. You're not seeing anything. You're not seeing anything but greenery and greenery. So you don't know if there's a man standing behind a tree, a bear, coyote. Their woods, it's not the same as the woods here in East Tennessee. To me, what I saw was like, I would call it like sand and trees. No disrespect to Texans, but just saying the demographic is different than here. So why would you not discard the child on the trail? Some of you have been going on and on about DB being in the woods. Law enforcement was in the woods looking at something, investigating. Well, like I said before, common sense would tell you they're going to look at every demographic around the location of the death, the disposal of the body. So that's going to be the house where the child was discarded. They're going to talk to that neighbor and the next neighbor and the next neighbor. They're going to go to the end of the block, around the block, and whatever's around the block, be it Kentucky Fried Chicken, a park, a trail, ravine, river, reservoir, lake, pond. That's what they're going to look around. Common sense. So I ask you, Why did the perpetrator discard that child on a public street blocks away from the Sherrod house when he or she or they could have easily killed the child at the said Sherrod home? Let me say this to you. Some of you really don't follow true crime religiously. It is the stats that will bring us to who killed Cash Gernon. You see, stay woke now. A stranger who breaks into a home to perform a hideous act against a man or woman, and he or she who's doing the breaking and entering, or could have been invited in. Let's go there. Could have been invited in. Could have been a friendly, cordial date. Could have been going to bar sugar. Need jumper cables. Or they breaking and entering to harm the said person in the house or persons in the house. Hello, everybody. They do not carry the body out of the house. Repeat. A stranger, ding, 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 ding. A stranger does not carry a body out of the said home of the victim. The only perpetrator that I knew, and I can stand to be corrected, that carried a body out of a home was Ted Bundy, the serial killer, the infamous serial killer. I do believe he carried one of his victims out of the house up a mountain. Why he did that, I don't know, but I'm speaking from most crimes you hear as of late. You rarely hear that the perpetrator, once found, linked through evidence, surveillance, eyewitness, did he or she carry the body out of the house, a stranger. He or she has no reason to carry a body out of the house because he or she doesn't know the victim. The victim doesn't know he or she. So what reason would they have for taking the body out of the house? Think about it. Only people who know the victim carry the body out of the house to dispose of the body, to make it look like it was something else. Something else. And we have learned from the ignorant killer, he or she or they do not plan the murder well. Because you can't take someone out of his or her bed in their night clothes, put them inside of a car, and try to make it look like they had a car wreck. Stay woke. Because what the detectives will say, why is he or she out at this time of night in their nightgown, sleep clothes, with no shoes on? Come on, Queen. Stay woke. Stay woke. Hello, everyone in the chat. People familiar with the victim discard the victim outside of the home to make it look as if somebody else, such as an outsider, perpetrated the crime. Now we'll get on with the information from Molly Golightly's video. Please bear with me because I have a lot of notes. Lord have mercy. Okay. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. Thank you very much. Hold on one second. Trying to get it all together. Okay. In Miss Golightly's commentary, there's someone out showing you the drive of the neighborhood. When you go along this ride along, you will see the Sherrod house, which is nothing to brag about. A window is boarded up. There are dogs in the yard, 3 dogs. One would have to ask themselves, why are those dogs still there? The house is unkempt on the inside. We know this from watching the Daily Mail's interview with Miss Sherrod and her son, Cameron. And I can't understand, if the state is going to take 2 children from Miss Sherrod's custody, why the hell didn't you take the damn dogs? Yeah, I said that. Stay woke. As I state, why was this child discarded on a public street a foot or 2 from the driveway of a person's home? There are people talking in the chat and to Miss Golightly about silver cars, someone thinking they might have been followed. As you know, this is a tricky situation. It is your right to roam the earth as you see fit. You can go wherever you want. You want to look at this crime scene. You want to go look at a memorial. You want to go look where someone was disposed of. You want to go by the house of where a crime allegedly took place. You have that right. But know that impeding on someone's privacy, whether you think they're guilty or not, it's not a good idea once you decide to get out of your car and go bang on the door or be nosy. Nothing wrong with driving by. So we have these people chatting and conversating. And we have to ask ourselves, what is all this hoopla with groups being started for security reasons? Who are you all protecting out there in the neighborhood exactly? Is it for Miss Sherrod, or is it for other people you think they're going to exact violence in the neighborhood? Or as she said in her commentary, could it be a ruse for people to case out the neighborhood? What's the truth? I think people need to stay in their lane and mind their business. That's what our law enforcement is for. And I do believe after the death of this child, that security will probably be beefed up in that said neighborhood where the child was discarded and the home area where the child lived. Too many areas to discard a child. And you'll see that when you watch the said drive. This lady driving through the neighborhood. It's a park. There's brush on the side of the road, which can grow high, a couple of feet. Why not just throw the child out into the brush? I'll wait. Why drive the child 8 blocks down into somebody else's neighborhood when there was a park trail near the Sherrod's home? That's where you took the child. So once again, why was the child ever taken out of the house? Why not murder the child in the house? You stood there and you pondered over the child. Why not just do what you had to do if indeed you are the person who murdered the child? Also in this video, there are blow-up pictures of the person in video 1 and video 2. One could say that the person in the videos are wearing the same shoes as the person who was standing in the driveway trying to break into someone's car, which is believed to be Darian Brown. So one could also argue, well, if it's a popular shoe, who's to say how many people have those shoes? That could be also in question. Monica is a liar. We've learned that from the Daily Mail, and her not revealing knowing Darian Brown, or her son knowing him, hanging with him, living in the house. So which is it? Someone said in a commentary, she never said she didn't know him. That was on Madness channel. She never said she didn't know Darian Brown. Well, the point is, she didn't offer it either. Stay woke. Edited video. Was the video edited? Was this video a concurrent video footage of that morning at Sherrod's house up until we see Cash, not Cash, but Carter waking up in the room, and a said person walks in, believed to be Darian Brown. What is edited? Because even on her channel, she believes that it was edited. Some of you believe the video was edited. It also was mentioned could the Daily Mail have edited the video? Why would the Daily Mail edit the video? For what reason? What they have? They don't know her. They don't know anything about her. She's a new person that they're coming in contact with for a story, a baffling story. So I'm trying to figure out what reason would the Daily Mail have to edit a video? And how would they know where to edit the video at? Cameron gives us a tour of the house. And it is not a nice tour for those of you who keep an immaculate home, a tidy home. It wouldn't be a house you would possibly want to be in, live in, nor raise children in, which they shouldn't have been there in the first place. There's no latch on the garage door. It just hitches up, boom, walk in. Why? Why is there no latch on the garage? The door is broken that he opens from the garage. He makes a comment that it had been kicked in. Who kicked it in, Cameron? You didn't leave us no clues. Why not tell us who kicked it in? That sounds really dumb to say, oh, by the way, it was kicked in by whom? Oh, you want us to believe Darian kicked in the door? Because if you want us to believe that Darian kicked in the door on that morning, you should have said so. As you go through from the garage with the raggedy door, from the raggedy garage with no latch, we enter into a kitchen that is clean. Why is that? Why is the kitchen clean, but the rest of the house is junky from what we get to see in the video? And mind you, we do not see the entire house all the way through or around the back of the house. Just what Cameron wanted to show Daily Mail, the entry of the perpetrator, the way he thinks he entered into their house. When you come through the kitchen, you go through some sliding doors, which leads you to a room, which is the room where the children live. And as most of us have concluded, this looks like a makeshift room, just a family room. And are we to believe that the suspect entered in that way by the garage, by way of kitchen, by way glass sliding door? Because we also know that inside that same room sits another door. And where does it lead to? The outside, perhaps? Or back into the house? See, we never got the opportunity to see that. Interesting. Cameron is telling you this is how he took him. Through this said way, garage, kitchen, sliding doors, and into this big room. How would you know how the perpetrator entered the house? I'll wait. When you see the actual measurements of the room via this video, you realize that the dresser that was holding the camera allegedly is very close to the bed. It's not really far. But when you watch the video, you could once say that perhaps the area of the camera is farther than the children's bed. My perception. I could be wrong. But the funny thing about this is when he shows you where the camera was on the dresser on one of the shelves, the thing that is amazing is how he left out that there is another camera that sits on the wall all the way to the bottom. Somebody caught that in a photo still when Cash was on the floor playing and sent that to me of that little bitty camera all the way to the bottom of the floor. So what I have to ask myself is, why didn't you mention that there's another camera, Cameron, inside of that room? So now we have to ask ourselves, why would you need 2 cameras for a child's room? I'll wait. Where is that camera that's on the floor? Why do you need 2 cameras in a child's room? Was that camera that was on the shelf allegedly placed there just for that night. Because perhaps this is a ruse, a setup to set up DB. So we just put that camera there for that one day. Because it was also said they slept here for that night. So where have they been sleeping, if we are to believe Cameron Morey version? This tour is way off. His laughing during this tour of this raggedy house is inappropriate and disrespectful to the dead. There's discrepancy about the 6:53 phone call to 911 from Monica's house. So this person who's talking, another person, is saying that perhaps someone made a human error on the police report. That exactly 6:53 at another time, Darian Brown was involved in a stolen gun burglary charge, blah, 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 at his house. Well, let's ask ourselves, why in the hell would their names even get crossed up in a police report when one, they ain't supposed to know each other. Two, they don't have the same last name. Sherrod and Brown are night and day. I'll wait. Just saying. Could it be an error? Of course. But just saying. Monica's interview. The background is atrocious. Her standing in front of this raggedy, nasty door with stains is beyond me. There is no way in hell I would invite these foreign people, hell, they could be American, doesn't matter, to come into my personal space and talk to me about my baby that's dead and be in a nasty room. Hell, you should have had the interview in the kitchen. That was allegedly the cleanest room that we saw per video. No way. During that, you see a mark on her nose. So I said to myself, maybe she wears glasses. Maybe she had an accident with some glasses. Maybe she got hit in the nose with her glasses on. Her glasses broke. And that's what left the nice little mark on her nose. What happened to her nose? Some of you have asked that. It is said that in her interview, while she's waking up on that fateful morning, late, because she's waiting for Cash to wake her up, she's wondering where he is. They asked the living child, Carter, and Carter says he went outside. Now, let me tell you, that's strange to me. Why would this child who just woke up out of his slumber tell you that a dead baby went outside? I'll wait. Why would a child tell their guardian that the other child went outside when allegedly this child is just getting up out of his sleep and coming to you to wake you up? Or which is it? Cameron woke you up or Carter? We're confused on that too. Well, where is Cash? He outside. He is, yeah. I don't believe that. I believe all this is an orchestrated conversation or orchestrated crime. None of it makes any sense. And yes, she was talking as if it was verbatim. She knew what she was talking about during this interview. But something was off with Miss Sherrod, and we will start with her appearance. We will start with her eyes, damn near about to bulge out of her sockets. She looked geeked up, high as a kite. She did not look well to me at all. These are lies. I do not believe that child told her that Cash was outside. One of the questions that was asked in Molly Golightly's commentary was the head ringer of the night. And she said the Daily Mail dropped the ball with this question, and I agree. Daily Mail, why didn't you ask Miss Sherrod who told her about the child being found in the street 8 blocks down. You were in the detective's office, but she talked around how she found out about the child dead in the street. She just basically started saying her daughter said, it must be him. It must be Cash. But she never said in the conversation during this interview at what point she found out about the kid down the street. Or if indeed they thought it was her missing child. More lies. She mentions also about being at the detective's office and one of the children mentioning the surveillance. That, oh, we could check the surveillance camera. That sounds so bogus to me. Your child is missing. And you allegedly say your child went out to find Cash. But then you were asked, did you go? You said yes, but then you said camera did it. So that means you lied about that. You didn't go outside and look. Your child allegedly went. Your boys went and looked. So which is it? Cameron looked or the boys went? Stay woke. How is it that you realize your child is missing? You make a call that goes into the dispatch at 10:48 a.m. And at that point, when you call in 911, it didn't dawn on you to go look at the camera. Damn, let me go look at this camera so I can see who took my baby. I'll wait. It's only when you get to the detective's office, allegedly, that one of your children say, Mommy, we've got it on surveillance, remember? There's a camera in his room. But that doesn't go through your head while you looking for the child. Let's go back to that. You got to go look for him before you even call 911. Come on, Queen. Thank you. Molly, go lightly. Great video, honey. Great video. Monica, Sherrod, why did you not go look at the surveillance camera before you even called 911? I'll wait. That should have been the first thing on your damn mind when you realized you didn't see the child in the house. I don't know how anybody could forget that. And since we're on that subject matter of surveillance cameras, where is the surveillance footage of your house inside? Period. Where are the cameras outside of your house? Why do you not have an alarm on your house? You got a jacked up garage door with no damn latch where anybody could come through there. Why they would come in there is a mystery to me. You ain't got nothing in there but a bunch of junk from what we've seen. So don't get mad at the Queen because you let the Daily Mail come in there and show all your business. You cried and moaned that there were people robbing and stealing in the neighborhood, yet you have a dysfunctional latch on a garage, a kicked-in door from the garage, yet you have no damn alarm on your house. I'm waiting. Where is the footage inside of your house to show Darian Brown coming through from outside to the garage, inside the garage, inside that kitchen door, through the kitchen, through the glass doors? You get my drift. Living room, hallways. Where is the rest of your footage, Miss Lady? Or do you not have any other cameras in your house or outside of your house? Very strange. Very, very strange. She made a comment about who was on the video surveillance taking her child. She said the boy right there took her child. Well, wait a minute. We later found out you know that boy. So why didn't you say, I looked at the surveillance and realized that was Darian that took my baby? Come on, Queen. You said in this interview, I looked at the camera and said, that is the boy. And you can go back and rewatch it. She says, that boy took my kid. She didn't say, I looked at the video and realized that was Darian Brown, a kid I know, a troubled kid I know that took my boy. Stay woke. She didn't call the perpetrator by his name. So you can argue all damn day about who knew Darian Brown. It has come to light. She knew him. Cameron knew him. Her children knew him. And whether they hung, didn't hang, you believe the rumors that he was in her house while she was incarcerated, staying there with his brother. They knew of one another, all the parties involved at this said house. So I find it odd that during this Daily Mail interview, she does not let them know she knows Darian Brown. Either way, by video footage and dealing with him. We know that when people use the word they, it doesn't actually mean that they think they did it. They could mean him or her. But we just group them sometimes because we don't know who's involved. So she did use the word they, took him, whatever. Okay, you can interpret that how you see fit. No tears while she's talking about the vanishing, kidnapping of this child. Kidnapping, excuse me. Where were your tears, Monica Sherrod? Kind of like the dry ass eyes your son had while he was talking and snickering. I guess y'all missed going to the Oscars, you and your son. Maybe next time. Cameron says he went out and he made sure to be descriptive how he looked when he went outside to go look for cash. He didn't have on nothing, kind of like the child was found discarded in the street. Stay woke. You didn't have on no shoes, no shirt. You ran around the block and looked for this child. Well, it was mentioned in this video. Who knows? Who really knows what was going on? Did he really go around the street, up the street, down the street, half naked looking for cash? Or was he already out doing some other things while he was half dressed? Who's to say? Why did the mom not look for her child? Is it because she's lazy? She sent her child out. She sent her sons out. So which is it? Cameron went out or the boys went out? Who looked for the child? Why did the mother not go out and look for her baby? There's something that you all may have missed in Miss Sherrod's commentary about Darian Brown. And I want you to listen to me very carefully what I'm getting ready to say. It was said on somebody's channel that they wanted money to help feed this heifer some pizza. I want you to listen now. I want you to lean in real carefully what I'm about to say. Ms. Sherrod, you do not need any money from nobody. You have no right setting up a GoFundMe page. Even now, you were out of line, you and your mammy, to have set up one when the child first died because he and that Carter is not your children. and anybody donating is a fool. Because what you need to tell yourself is this. Keep the name out my chat. We know you don't need any money because you were raising your children before Cash died. You were taking care of Cash and Carter before Cash was murdered. So why in the hell would anybody need to donate money to you, feed you? Why would anyone need to give you money? Because you see, this is something that you all fail to realize. She told Daily Mail, are you listening? That she told Darren Brown to get out of her house. She didn't want him to come out of her house 2 days before he died. Because she went what? Shopping. Ding! You went shopping. Some of you need to calm down in the chat, for real, because I'm about to get real disgusted. Losing my train of thought. You see, you went to the store, allegedly, for groceries or something. And you came back and DB was in your house, allegedly. And you told him, I don't want you. And I don't want you around my kids. So why are we now 2 weeks fast forward, you needing pizza, food, or whatever when you allegedly went to the store? We know common sense would tell us you get public aid from the state of Texas to feed you and your children. There's no way you're going to tell me you weren't getting food stamps for you and 6 children, or at least 4. And medical aid from the state of Texas for your 4. I don't know what arrangements you had for those 2, but we're going to stick with the 4. So why would you need money now? Because if you allegedly went grocery shopping 2 days before the child died, your children were taken out your custody. One's dead and the other one was taken out your custody. So that's 4 mouths you do not have to take care of. And that's that. Block them. Quit talking to them. You have no need for food and groceries because there's nobody in your house but probably you and Cameron. And he don't look like he cares for food much. So that leaves you. If indeed you 2 are the only ones left in the house. So you don't need a GoFundMe page. You don't need any help because you were obviously maintaining before Cash's death. Assumingly. So you messed up right there, sticking your greedy hands out and having somebody aid you in a GoFundMe, trying to rally on your behalf for money. Because there's nobody at your house to eat. One's dead, 1 removed, and then your 2 were removed. Well, I said somebody rallied to offer to help her. Whether she asked for money, pizza, or not, why would you need it when there's nobody there to eat? Miss Lisa. Don't come in here trying to argue with me about nothing. Because it's principle. Why accept it when there's nobody there to feed? Where's the footage for the entire house? Is that child's room, makeshift room, the only room that had cameras in it? Was that camera just placed there for this ruse of a kidnapping? Is this a setup? Is this a ruse? Was this boy set up, DB? You're entitled to your opinion, what you believe. You're entitled to believe who is all involved. Everything's up for perception. Was he set up? Were the videos edited to set up a black kid? Do we even know how the perpetrator actually got into the house? The house is junky, and I just can't see some random person doing all this to go through a house junky and don't even know which way is up to go in the house. It's as if the person went in this house knowing exactly where he or she was going on that fateful morning. They knew where they were going. The kitchen was the only room clean that we saw in the said video. Why is that? Was it deliberately clean? Because they knew the camera people were coming with the Daily Mail. Why did the person only take one child? Not both. Why not Carter? What was so special about Cash Gernon? He was the only child kidnapped. I don't trust anyone in this story, and I do believe that Trevor Gernon should be charged with child neglect and abandoning his two children, and I also believe that Monica Sherrod should also be charged with neglect as well, and she should go along for the ride because there's something about her that's off. I do not know the evidence in this case, but there's something off with she and her son, and this house is deplorable, and the fact that they had children there, dogs there, it's just beyond me. There are no words. No one should have been living in that house that had a pulse. Dog, cat, monkey, goat, human. Nobody. Nothing. The disposing of cash at the bottom of a driveway. Why? It seems odd that someone would go through all this trouble to enter a house, a junky house at that, to take a child out and take the child 8 blocks down by foot or car and dump him right beside someone's driveway. Why? It makes no damn sense. When there was numerous places to discard a body, in the brush, in the woods, in a trail, on a trail, in a park. This story is whack. The people involved are whack, and that's my opinion, because something is off with the disposal of this child's body. Strangers do not kidnap people out their house and just discard them down the street. If they want to play with the victim, excuse my language, they're going to play right there in that house. Not down the street, not in a park. The only time you hear people taking victims out of a house are people who know the victim. Rough them up. Get them to talk. Get them to give them a pin to a debit card, credit card. You get my drift? Strangers just don't go in and take people out. They have no reason to. They're going to do what they have to do right there. And as we see, everybody was asleep. So why not kill them there in the bed? Why waste your time snooping around, looking around at the camera as if you know there's a camera there, and then take the kid out? Some of you are arguing if he's dead or alive. It doesn't matter. What was the motive for taking him out? Period. You see, this is what you do when you know the victim. And if Darian actually did this and he was not seen coming and going, which we can say he wasn't because they're playing possum that they didn't see him enter the house illegally, then he would have killed him right there. Why not? What did he have to lose? What did he have to lose? Why not kill the baby there? If he went there to sexually assault the child, he could have done it there. There's nobody watching. Nobody's came in to say, what are you doing in here? How'd you get in here? So what was the motive for taking the child out of the house and killing him 8 blocks down? How did he take the child out? How did he take him to the location? Why that location? He walked him there, he carried him there, or he drove him there. Pushed him out, rolled him out, dropped him off, carried him on his back. What? And why? And why there? What was taken from the house? Are we to believe the burglary charge is just that? He burglarized the place by breaking in, DB. But what did he take? Did he take anything from the house? He's known to be a thief. Thieves like to steal. So what did he take? We've yet to hear that Darren Brown stole anything out of the house except for a whole child. Was he already there? Did he spend the night, got in cahoots with these people, helped them out, get rid of the kid? What is the truth? Or was he lured there? Hey, man, we need you to come over. We got something we want you to do. Because when you watch the second video, you can see he looks awfully friendly, comfortable in that video. Doesn't look like somebody breaking in and wandering around, looking around, trying to find something to steal. And I've never heard of a pedophile, crazy person, schizophrenic, walking in, patting folks on their head, mumbling to themselves or talking to somebody else in the room. Which is it? I'm lost. I can't keep up. I'm drowning. Because you all have your own interpretation of those said videos. Same shoes, no shoes. Big butt, little butt. Mask on, mask off. Turban on, turban off. Hoodie, backpack. Different conversations. You're entitled to believe what you want to believe in those videos. Someone's outside, someone ain't. Someone's flashing a flashlight in. Someone's got a cell phone light, camera. Which is it? Someone's in the room with him. Then you say he said something to the baby about having a bed to himself. I didn't hear that either. Or could it be that he has an alternate personality? And that person was talking to Carter. Who was he talking to? And is he schizophrenic? She mentioned something about not touching anything in the room. That was mentioned in Miss Molly Golightly's video. I don't think it really matters what she touched in that room. It was a makeshift room, point blank. It was not a child's room. It wasn't a bedroom. It doesn't even matter what Monica Sherrod touched in that damn room, because when you look at that said video footage, there is nothing in that room worthy of conversation. It is disgusting and it is vile. The carpet was dirty, matted to the ground. It doesn't even matter, because it was not a child's bedroom. As I state, you could donate to this woman if you want to, but you will be a fool to give up your money to her. And whomsoever is rallying alongside Monica Sherrod, you are a fool as well. And you two have like minds, and that is the reason why you have taken up with Monica Sherrod, because birds of a feather flock together. You are just as sick and demented as she is. And anyone that will rally behind a person that ends and out of jail, getting in trouble with the law, using narcotics alone with a boyfriend, girlfriend, sister, cousin, it doesn't matter. She was rearing children in her house while under the influence of narcotics and in out of jail. She is unfit to raise a child and or a dog. And you have yet to say much about Cash Gernon or Carter. It's all about Monica. She is not a victim. And to keep saying she's a victim is disrespectful to the dead. So that shows me, Pookie, Billy Bob, you don't give a damn about that dead baby, and you don't give a damn about the living child. You care about a junkie, because you a junkie. And junkies rally for other junkies. Is that her house? Does she own it? Renting? Parents' house? Hood? What? Whose house is it? As I state, she was maintaining before Cash died, allegedly. So there's no need in funds, GoFundMe's, offering of money, pizza, or anything else. Did I say that? Did I clarify that enough? She rented it how? She doesn't work. There's no specification of her working a job. Because that was on that report. When it had business telephone number, it had NA. So that means she doesn't have a job. Her parents rented. As for the bullies, leave that lady alone. She's a nobody. And bullying other people who do not rally for Monica Sherrod and her family, you're out of line. People are entitled to their opinion of this story. So long as nobody is bothering her, putting their hands on her, her children, stay out of it. I do not recommend any of you running up to that lady, calling her, trying to inbox her, her family. Leave those people alone out there in Texas. Don't go near their house. Don't stand outside. Don't do nothing. Let it go. And there doesn't need to be any vigilante groups for security. That's what law enforcement is for. That's what the Texas Rangers are for. That's what the FBI is for. Let's finally let them do their damn job out there and let them patrol the said neighborhoods. We don't need nobody building a group for whatever reason. I do not condone violating people's rights, even though we don't like them or we don't care about them, or they sound fishy, look fishy. Leave Miss Sherrod alone. Stay off her property. And all you other dusty ass folks, commenters, YouTubers, go find you something to do. Just stay out of the way. Stay in your lane. And the neighborhood people as well. Stay in your lane. Stay away from her. Stay away from her property. Don't go near her. Don't ask her nothing. Don't bother her family. Enough is enough. Because this case is getting ready to look on the rim of Cal City. People need to know when to stay in their lane and leave well enough alone. We don't need no more Captain Save-A-Hose. Because in the end, Monica chose everything that has happened. Because she should have never kept those children. They were not her kids and not her responsibility. And she should have done the right thing, which was call the Department of Human Services to say, hey, this man I was dating has took off and left his children here. I can't reach him. He doesn't call me anymore. He doesn't send money for the kids. I can no longer provide for them. She should have done the right thing, which was call the authorities about the children. And then it would have been up to the DHS to locate the children's biological mother and family. And she would have been scot-free and clear of this mess that she is now immersed in alongside her family. And now she has 2 children gone by the state. It's ridiculous. And she's also the same person who's had DHS in her life and children removed before. So that shows me just cause she's a troublemaker and a troubled spirit. Because what are the odds you've already had your kids taken out your custody before the death of Cash Gernon? Stay woke. She's trouble. Trevor is trouble. He doesn't even talk of the living child. Have you all noticed that in the story? Nobody's talking about Carter, as if he never existed. We understand that one's deceased, but there's also one that's living. And no one is speaking of him. So all those crying about Monica being a damn victim, why the hell you don't talk about Carter? You want to raise some money? You want to go fund me? Why don't you set up something for him? You're just a dusty, raggedy bucket, mop water. To rally for a woman who has lost her children more than once, used narcotics, got in trouble with the law, had her parents step in to raise her kids. Bet you didn't think about that. Who would have raised her kids while she was incarcerated? 8, 9 months. You sit up on YouTube and talk about it like she went on a vacation to the Bahamas. Went to the damn spa for 8, 9 months. Oh, while she was locked up and supposedly her parents took raised her kids and took in Darian and his brother Alex. Sound like a damn fool. The bottom line is that street people rearing kids is the reason why this baby is dead and other babies are dead. Because they have no reason to be rearing children. And so long as they continue to rear children, you will always hear these stories. And it was said on this lady's channel, she wants attention, and I agree. Who gives a damn about pizza and edibles? Indeed. A decent human would say, no, thank you. I'm okay. I've got family. I don't need any donations. I don't need a GoFundMe page. I don't need any handouts because I don't have my children, so I don't need any money. That is my said commentary pertaining to information out of Molly Golightly's video. I watched another channel, Mr. Madness, and there were a lot of interesting comments in the chat. And it's just sad to see all these people commenting, coming up with so many reasons and ways about the child. It's just sad to me that we even have to be trying to figure out who did it, why, who's involved, why was this location picked for this child. Something's off. Something is very off with this story. Very, very off. What I learned while watching Madness channel, somebody made a comment in the chat that perhaps Cameron disposed of his clothes outside. That's why he was out, pretending to be looking for the children. Well, what we have to ask ourselves about that is, why wait till that late morning to discard your clothes? Discard your clothes out because it's daylight now. Wouldn't it have been easier to, after you've murdered the child, if we want to believe Cameron is the one that killed the child, you would have discarded your clothes out when it was still dark, not 10 a.m., 7 a.m. Some people believe that Monica orchestrated this crime. That's what was said in the chat. A lot of you just arguing back and forth if he's right-handed, left-handed. Well, I'm going to tell you this. I'm right-handed, but I open jars with my left hand. Put that on paper. As you get older, you switch hands. It's not even intentional, but it happens. Timestamps, where are they on the video? But some of you said, well, if it's a nanny cam, it won't have timestamps. Okay. Is this edited? I don't know. Why didn't DB talk to himself in the first video? Someone said that in the chat. That's a very good question. Because some of you believe he talked to himself in the second video, or he was talking to someone else in the room. But someone in this chat said, why didn't Darian Brown talk to himself in the first video where he is allegedly kidnapping Cash Gernon? Border personality could lead Darian Brown to talk to himself. Schizophrenia, he would talk to himself. He would be hearing voices. Someone's talking to him. Is that who he was talking to in the room? If that's what you all want to believe? Was he talking to someone else in the room, such as an imaginary person? Was he talking to a border personality? Split personality. He was somebody else talking in that room, not Darian Brown, but a borderline personality was talking. I think most of us can agree that in the second video, if we're to believe that's Darian Brown, he was too comfortable in that video. Why was he lingering in the first video? If we're to believe that he is the person in both videos, why was he looking around in video 1? Why was he looking in the direction of a camera? 2, why was he taking his time being like he was just visiting in video 2, as if he was stopping by, going in the room, check on the children? What did he actually say in that video? The second one. That's all I have for you today. Thank you all for joining me. One second, please. Thank you, mods, for working. I know you guys are working overtime. Thank you for letting me get all this out, because I had a lot of notes from both videos. Thank you, Molly Go Lightly, for your video, and Mr. Madness. Thank you so much. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion pertaining to why Cash Gernon was dumped at that street, because I would like to know, because something is off with this story, and I'm not going to rest till I get an understanding. And one thing I've learned is not to ask why, but ask why not. A killer doesn't care. They're sick. They're demented. But something is about this story is off to me. I do not understand why this child was dumped at this location. 8 blocks away is a nice ride. So he could have been discarded anywhere in the brush, in a park, somewhere secluded. It's dark. It's late. There's nobody out. So the killer thinks, so why would you drop him at somebody's damn driveway? I can't understand that. Nobody can make me understand. Hit the link if you want to give your opinion to why that baby was dumped in that said location. Thank you for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Oh, Lord. Don't start this, you guys. This every time. Okay. Let's check it out. Let's see. Are you all typing it in correctly? Well, I don't know why. I wrote it down the right way. Okay, yeah. See, I knew I put it in right. You know I know the queen, know the queen. Don't y'all start now. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for bearing with me with the long commentary. I just want to make sure I got everything out that was on my mind from those said lives that I watched. Very interesting commentary from the hosts and hostesses and their chat. Oh, Lord. Jesus. Your devices is not connected. Hello.
Hi, how are
How
you?
are you? I'm fine. Where are you calling from?
I'm in Louisiana.
Okay.
How are you?
I'm fine. Are you a YouTuber?
I just started. I just started to doing these things for these little kids and kind of like letting getting my own information as much as I can. And
Okay. So
um,
when did you get a channel, ma'am?
I just started. I've had the channel for a while, but it was for nails, for my nails, like Nails by Nancy. But
Mm-hmm.
I switched to this. This means more to me than my nails, so I just started
Okay.
doing this instead. And it's been
Okay.
about maybe about 2-3 days.
So you've been on this case 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, it's been about two three
Okay.
days since I started my own, but I've been watching it for a while now.
Okay. So let me ask you something. Why do you think the child was discarded at that location?
I really think the reason why it's not, and I'm not going to say I know exactly why they discarded him at that location, but I
I know, but
know
that's what
that,
I'm asking you. I don't want you to tell me nothing but that one little thing I'm asking. Because I ask everybody that when I put a title up. I don't want everybody veering off on other stuff
oh,
just yet. I want you
okay.
to answer that
Oh,
question. Yes.
all
Yes,
right.
please.
So basically, I think they discarded him there was to be seen quickly and to get it, get it, resolved right, be seen right away by somebody. So
Okay.
that way they can go ahead and fault whoever they want to put it at, whoever they
Okay.
want to
And I
blame.
notice you use the word they. Is that just deliberate
I
or not deliberate?
I feel I know who it is, but like you said, you don't want to talk about it other than the reason why they had him out there on the street like that.
No, 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 no. All I wanted you to do is first just answer my question about why
Oh,
he was put there, and then you can go into anything else. Because I don't like when people talk
okay.
around my topic first. You understand me?
Oh,
It's
okay.
just the way I do things. I
Okay.
like
I'm
people to address
sorry.
it.
I haven't been on here for long. Like I
No,
said,
that's
this is
okay. But that's
the
how I
time.
do things. I always ask
Okay.
people to answer the question first, and then whatever else you want to talk, it's fine.
Right. Well, the reason why, what I noticed, I think as far as like the nighttime vision was Cameron, because if you look at you look at the video, it's totally different from the kid that's, well, which is Darion on the second video, because
Mm-hmm.
they basically told him, hey, go check on him so that way he
Mm-hmm.
could be seen in light. But
Okay.
at night it was Cameron,
Mm-hmm.
because first of all he covered his beard.
Okay.
Second of all, his face is longer than Darion's face. He has curls. Darion has braids. What
Okay.
happened was it looks like he took like some kind of band or some kind of headgear or
Yeah, and went over
whatever,
and put it over his head.
pulled his hair up to make it look like a braid is popping out like
Okay.
Darion's. But it was curls because you could see that it was curls.
Okay.
And another thing, Darion's neck, he looks like he has like a hunch,
Mm-hmm.
like a hunchback.
Okay.
And Cameron's neck is straight up.
Poor
That's
posture.
another, yeah, his posture is totally different. On the two videos, it's two different people.
Okay. What you
Like
got
I
any
said,
ideas about why he was thrown out, baby?
say it again one more time.
You have any idea why they chose that location or he or she chose that location at a person's driveway?
That I don't know. I mean, I don't know exactly why or, that location. All I know is that it was close to the woods. And another thing is the reason why I think it's Cameron, not Darion, is because Darion is known to have some mental issues. When you have
Mm-hmm.
mental issues, you can't think straight like that, where you go
Mm-hmm.
kill somebody in the woods and
Mm-hmm.
then you bring them out
Mm-hmm.
somewhere to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
Mm-hmm.
do that. That's just not normal for them.
Now say that again. You're talking about a person that's schizophrenic.
Yes, they're not going to have that kind of common sense. Oh, let me go get them out of the woods and put them on the street. They're going to, wherever they kill them, that's where they're going to
Well, and
kill them
that's what
at.
I said.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said that I know it's somebody in the house that did this because a
Yes.
stranger has no reason to plot out going there, sneaking around, getting in
Right.
there, looking around, taking the child, and then taking them somewhere else to do whatever it is that they want to do with them. It's too much work.
Exactly. And the
It's
other
like it
thing
just
is
go ahead.
with its clothing, this other thing with this clothing, So basically, I was thinking it, but I mean, somebody else also said the same thing on another channel. I'm not going to say the channel, but
Okay.
they did say the same thing I was thinking, but I didn't get a chance to say it.
Okay.
But the reason why I think he was running out into the street, running, supposedly he's running around looking for
The
cash,
child. Looking for the
but
child. Yeah.
I think the reason why he was only with his underwears is because he took off all those clothes that he had all that blood and evidence on.
But see, the thing about that don't make any sense is this. There's something that you all are not focusing on. You got to remember the time of when allegedly she went and got up and was awake. Okay?
Okay.
You have to remember the child was discovered at 6:50.
Right.
6:50 a.m. Monica and Leslie didn't wake up till after 10.
Right.
So think about the time now. 6:50, he's already found. Why would he now, 3-4 hours later, be running around without any clothes on?
That's true.
This is why I always tell people to think about what you're saying. It's not that I'm trying to be mean, but that's too many hours to be out. Yeah, that's too many hours to be out discarding clothes if we're talking about a walk that's less than 15-20 minutes away from their actual house.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Because you're talking about a 4-minute drive allegedly, and then no more than 15-20 minutes walking, depending on how fast you walk. So it's not going to take you that long to find somewhere to discard your clothes, I'm sure.
Right.
And then come on back to the house.
So basically, do you think maybe he discarded the clothes into the woods?
And he discarded those clothes after he killed that kid. Think about it. I'm not going to waste no time.
Right, in the woods, and then he was
not necessarily. Why am I going to do? I'm not going to put them clothes nowhere near where the hell I lay my head. How about I got in that car and took them clothes somewhere? Stop playing.
Right. Well, it's possible. Yeah, I know. I know that he wouldn't have stayed in them clothes. That's for sure.
Right.
He wasn't going to drag that blood to the house. So he
had
to put them
and that's
somewhere.
my point. And
he had to put them somewhere.
Yes.
And the other thing is, how is Gernon think so clearly to go change his clothes? That doesn't make sense either.
No. See, a sick person is not going to do all of this.
This common stuff. Yeah.
It's too much work.
Exactly.
Especially like, wait a minute now. Especially if I'm on foot.
Right. And the other thing is on the video where he sits there and he takes forever to do whatever it is that he's trying to do, which is he's going to go kidnap a kid. You're going to go right quick and grab him and go. You're not going to stand there and
it was too much pondering. It's too much pondering because this is what people don't understand. You want to say he's a lurker, peeping Tom, this and that, which I believe he's all those things. I'm not getting ready to sit in that room and watch and look at him for what? I already know why I'm there.
Exactly.
Right? If you want to believe it, Gernon did this deliberately to take the child, kill the child. There was no reason to poke around in that room, looking around like you're lost or you're looking to see. It's like he was looking at the camera. It makes no logical sense if I know why I am there.
Exactly.
I want to get in and get out.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. He was just taking his sweet little time.
Yeah, nobody that would do that. That's deliberately knowing they're going to get a kid. They're not going to do that.
Yeah, they snatch them right away and take off, and they go they move fast. They don't just
sit
there and check things out and look at this and look at that and look at the camera.
Yes,
he's definitely looking at the camera. Another thing is that shell. I don't even think those kids were actually staying in that room like that because the shelves were bare.
Yeah. Well, it was said that he said for that night.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So that leads me to think they were sleeping in another room before that morning or night.
Yeah. For the night that they were going to kidnap him, supposedly kidnap him.
So perhaps if we were to believe this is a setup, everything was a ruse. Everything, that room was exactly what we said it was. It's a makeshift room. It was never intended to be the children's bedroom. We put them in there that night for this setup to set up this kid, or he went along with it, however it went. But I don't think it's something fishy because this story don't add up. It don't add up at all. Hello, I got Sarah here. Sarah, where you calling from?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, let's talk news. You still got something you want to say, baby?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Wait a minute,
Why
Sarah.
why
Let's
he
talk
ended
news. Are
up
you
on
done?
the street? I think
I was letting her
that
talk.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead, honey.
okay. All right. Why he ended up on the street there? I think what happened was they set the boy up. They they told him what they needed him to do. It looked like the boy had urinated on himself the way he was
Okay.
carrying him out. But I think why he ended up on the street like that was I think that boy of Monica's. I think he killed that boy. He put him out there on that street. They set the stuff up. They set that other little boy Darian up because they knew he was easy to manage. Monica, I think, maybe been sleeping with him. I don't know,
Uh-huh.
but they they didn't take him far. They wanted
Yeah.
him to be found
Yeah.
because they had already figured out they were going to put it on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody else that was close.
Mm-hmm.
So you put him out there where he can be found. You've already got it set up and framed on somebody else.
Okay. So it's for the baby. So he can be exposed quickly. That's what you're saying.
So he could be exposed quickly. The
Okay.
more quickly he got exposed, they were
Okay.
setting up things at their house, so they could wake up a few hours later, supposedly. I think,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
and they set it up where he'd be found. And
Okay.
they wanted them to find those cameras, but they were so dumb that they wanted them to find them. They had already found them. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
do you see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Interesting.
and he's talking about he was running around, no socks,
Yeah.
no
Nobody would.
shoes.
You wouldn't be out like that. It's not like you're out there chasing your lover. Honey, I want you back. Come back. I love you.
Really? Really?
Excuse
Yeah.
my language. But you know what I'm saying.
No, that's shit. I mean, really?
Don't leave me. I love you, baby. Please, I
And
need you.
smiling,
Come on,
telling
y'all.
stories,
Jesus.
so excited and
They're
animated
actors.
about.
Grand actors.
It was overacted though. It was
Mm-hmm.
just they were.
Well, you know what they said about people who make up stories, lie? They over embellish the details. It's like
Yes,
it's like you call me today and ask me what did I do. I don't have to tell you that. Well,
but
I'm in my
I want you to tell
pajamas.
me a
They've
certain
got hearts on them. Yes, I've got on red socks, tennis shoes. I went in the kitchen. I grabbed a blue mug. That's not how you talk.
I'm aware of that, and I'm aware of that once you've told me that, and I'm gonna go set you up for whatever. It's just like they use that little boy Darian. It seems
Yeah.
like a prop. Now I don't know how far. I think they were sexually assaulting the young boy. I think Cameron was. I don't know if Darian was too. It could have been three of them. Could have been. I definitely think Monica knew about it. Could have been.
So you do believe? So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So you do believe the setup is orchestrated by whom initially?
I think the boys. I don't know Cameron. I'm sorry, I can't. I don't know if you can see me or not. It doesn't matter. I think Cameron had sexually assaulted that young boy. Probably both of them. And I think that one was going to was saying things or maybe not being as submissive anymore. He was rejecting them, get off me or something,
Well, she said he was the smart one. He was the brave one. So perhaps he was the talkative one and he had been saying some things.
And they were about either way. He probably got too rough with him, and he probably got mad. And he looks like he'd be on meth. He'd be a little temper, He'd have a temper tantrum, an anxiety attack, or something. That something.
But you know what bothers me the most about this too is why that father would run his mouth on Facebook about the child being assaulted sexually. That means, sir, you had knowledge. So that's what you always have to think about. Let's just say it's true. Then that means if you knew, then how many other people knew?
Yeah, yeah. And it was, I wouldn't.
It's just ridiculous to me.
I do think Monica definitely was the head meth head
The
around
headmaster. Well, they say she's violent. They say she's violent.
Yeah.
There's a rumor
I
she's
think
violent.
Out there watched it, and he's mimicked it, and he's probably mimicking a lot of things she's done.
I don't know, Janet. You can't believe everything you hear, Janet, on social media. You don't know about who was drugged, wasn't drugged, because as I state, none of us was in that room, so you really can't say if that child was awoke, not woke, dead, peed on itself. You don't know.
Yeah, just like Cameron don't know the way he escaped. So we're just telling our story.
Yeah,
our theory.
Yeah,
this is what I think may have happened. He may have took him that way. He may have took him. But anyway, I was just.
Well, let me ask you this. But you do believe that the child was assaulted sexually. That's what you do. You believe that, Sarah?
What?
You believe the child was sexually assaulted?
I do.
You think Carter was also assaulted?
I do. I think they'll find signs that when they look at him. Yes.
Oh, mercy.
Sorry. I mean, my opinion. What I think.
Okay.
Awful. But yeah.
It's very awful. Because that's the thing I don't like about the grandfather. You're going to put that out there, but you're not going to tell us who the perpetrator is.
Right?
What's the purpose?
But I wanted to jump in here and tell you, though, really how great you are. But
thank you, Miss Sarah. Miss Sarah, where are you calling the queen from?
Pinehurst, North Carolina.
Wow, you next door to the queen.
But y'all have a good night, and it was
you too,
great
Miss Sarah.
talking.
God bless you, honey. Thank you so much. That was Sarah. All righty. Thank you, sweetheart. Bye-bye. That was Sarah from North Carolina, North Kakalaki. What you got to say, Miss Let's Talk News?
Yeah. The other thing I was thinking also is I think Monica's the one that got this going, because the reason why I think that is, why would she lie and say she didn't know the kid when she knew him and he used to stay at their house?
Yeah. Well, somebody argued that on one of the channels, saying that, well, she never said she didn't know him. Well, let's look at it like this. Most grown people don't fool with kids. Their kids fool with kids. So if your son started out with saying, we only went to school together, that's it, then why would I think you would know him?
Right.
It only changed until the rumors started coming out that they did know each other. All of them.
Right.
And the rumors didn't stop. They got more, let's be truthful, the rumors got more elaborate. Nobody would have ever imagined she went running to his aid. We just thought it'd be Cameron that knew him, hung with him. Not she went and spoke to somebody whose child he tried to kidnap, the granddaughter.
Exactly. And that's another thing I don't get is, why would that man, if supposedly he got his try to get his granddaughter, and you didn't press charges because somebody told you something that this child is not all there. So can you please let him, don't press charges on him? I'm not going to listen to that.
That's a bit much.
No comment.
So why do you think that man didn't press charges?
Exactly.
I'm just saying, but why do you think the man didn't do it?
Oh, he didn't, because I don't know why he didn't. I just feel like it wasn't him. That's why he didn't press charges. I think it might have been Cameron who did something. I don't know.
Wait. Oh, Lord. Oh,
yeah.
Might have been Cameron. Oh, Satan is a liar. Oh, that's a first. I ain't never heard that one before. Okay, man.
Yeah, it could have been Cameron doing that, and she went in and said, please, like her son must have went back and said, the woman caught me or whatever, and
but he identified him. But he identified
press charges on me. I mean, with the old man, don't press charges on him, please. I don't know. Huh?
But he identified Brown after seeing him on the news as the person who allegedly broke into the house and killed his kid.
Right, but did you notice how everything started popping? Like literally, everybody started talking about this and him doing this, him doing that after the fact. After he supposedly done it.
So are you trying to say it's a conspiracy against a black kid?
I think so. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So could this be that they've got the wrong black kid?
No.
That the neighbors have been seeing another black person messing with the cars, the this, the that, whatever.
Well, there's one. Okay, like if you look at that video, I'm not sure it's a video or actually it was a picture, I think, where he was supposed to be breaking into a car. That didn't look like no Darian to me.
Okay. Well, you
That
did
looked
notice
like
the shoes.
Cameron because
Listen to this. Those shoes he had on, the one where he's standing by the car, on Molly Go Lightly's channel, they blew that up. And those shoes do look similar to the shoes that was in the video at the Sherrod's house.
Right. But more than one person can have the same shoes. They're friends,
This
right?
is true. This is true. This is true. This is true. I ain't knocking it. This is true.
They don't have just one pair of shoe like it's customized like that.
Well, this is true. And if I hang with you, we might go shopping and buy the same shoes, or I may see you with the shoes and then go to the same place you got those shoes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's not a one pair shoe that nobody else can get. Like it's not a special shoe.
Okay.
And he could easily put on.
Yeah, I thought that. I thought that too. Yes. Wear somebody else's shoes. Yes.
Right. He could be wearing.
So that'd be interesting to know if the two were the same size shoe.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I said it'd be interesting to know if these two men, yes, were the same size shoe. Lord have mercy. Hell will break open, would it not? Say what, baby?
Maybe his foot could be just a little bit smaller and squeezed in there just enough, because he didn't have to have him on for long. He just had to have him on for video.
Well, I'll tell you something else people are probably curious about, because everybody has been arguing about this point. Who's tall, who ain't? Who's the tallest? Well, they're both lean, so I like to know the height of both men.
Right. I really think Cameron has a little more height on him.
Okay.
But it also could be because Darian has that hunch in his back. It might make him shorter.
Okay. Hit the link if you want to join this discussion of why the child was discarded at the location he was discarded. And any other said information you want to bring into the chat. Go ahead, honey. You can finish.
Yeah, so I think that they can check their height or whatever, but I don't know if they.
Yeah, because that's been a discussion and a dispute. Who's in the video, whose hair is this, and now the height is coming into play, and now the shoes is coming into play. So
there's a lot.
We do know these people knew of each other. They hung around each other. He's making comments about a friend ain't nothing. Well, that ain't nothing to be said anyway, talking about a dead kid. So who are you talking about? The kid or DB, the person you ain't supposed to know?
Exactly.
I mean, that's an odd comment. Friends ain't
another
nothing.
thing, the door was already damaged. That's not new. That's old damage.
But they don't know this is the thing about that, sweetie. I'm going to show you what I want to show you. I'm going to tell you what I want to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
But see, what they didn't understand was a lot of people are meticulous in their deciphering of information, such as myself. I'm very analytical. So what I'm looking at is this is a raggedy place with people who didn't care anything about how they lived.
Right.
And it shows me you didn't care about yourselves, so you didn't care about the safety of these children.
Right.
And then you're going to open the Pandora's box and saying they kicked in the door. Well, they kicked in the door when? That morning or yesterday, 5 days ago, 2 months ago? What are we talking about?
Right. Because
you never leave anything open-ended.
Yeah, if anybody kicked that door in, you would have seen damage. You would have seen the wood sticking out.
Oh, it would have been sticking out. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Out the frame.
Beat
the door
up doors.
Frame.
Those doors are beat up prior to what happened.
Dee, please.
They were already damaged. Already damaged. People don't look at things like I dissect things. That's just me. I dissect things. I see things. I'm like, oh, I know I seen, that looks like this. That looks like that. But them doors, that door was definitely already damaged.
Okay.
And then another thing, Cameron, with that step-by-step of how
Kenneth.
Supposedly Darian did it, he did it because he knew every step that was made.
Now say that again, sweetheart.
No, I said he did that step by step, telling us what Darion supposedly did.
Yeah, the killer.
Because
Yeah, right.
he knew, because he's the one who did it. He was the one
But
that had that
but
step by
that's
step.
what guilty people do is they
Mhm.
elaborate a story when telling a
Yes.
story. They
Yes.
add things that no one asks them.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
They add extra stuff. Like someone
Yes.
said on another channel, you just going round and round about what the hell you had on that morning. All you had to do is just say, hey, I went outside, I went up on 15th Street, I turned on this block, I looked, I didn't see him, I came back by, I stopped at Pookie's house and asked Pookie, had he seen him? I went over to Ray house, asked him. You ain't said none of that.
Right.
You don't
You
find it odd?
said,
Wait a minute, this is something y'all ain't thought about. You didn't think to knock on Pookie's door to say, Pookie, you seen my brother?
right.
Come on, Queen.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother you. I know you was, it's an early Saturday, but have you seen my brother?
Yeah, they said he went around the corner or something. The mom was
Okay,
telling them
but guess
around the
what?
corner.
You have not said you knocked on somebody's door.
They didn't. That would be the first thing I'd do. I'd knock
That's
at
my
every door.
point.
I'd wake up everybody if I had to.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Hello, oh no, thanks. You want me to believe that those two boys didn't play with no other kids on the block, although we know we're still in COVID times. I don't know how lax Miss Sherrod was with her children as far as them going to visit other people, but we do know she let other people come to her house, so she really didn't care about Covina and her children getting Covina. Come on, Queen. So that means, guess what? You don't think they're going to knock on somebody's door and say, hey, I'm looking for my children. You seen my children? I know it's early. I don't mean to disturb you, but the baby is missing.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. Lakeisha, where you calling from, baby?
I am calling from Arizona.
Arizona. Welcome with Miss Let's Talk News.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, sweetie.
Well, so Lakeisha.
Yes,
Now,
yes, I'm here.
why they dumped that baby right there where they dumped the baby?
Okay, since I personally feel like it was an inside job, they needed for the baby's body to be found right away or in a timely manner. I do
Okay.
feel like they all had enough time to calculate everything out the way that they wanted it to be.
Okay.
One thing that I did want to ask you about.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so February the 8th. No, just hear me out.
I ain't making fun of you yet. I ain't making fun of you yet. So go ahead and spill it, girl.
Okay.
Okay.
So February the 8th, the incident happens where Darian, he goes in and tries to take the toddler.
Yes.
Okay. So a few weeks later, Monica gets 2 more toddlers. The only reason why I'm bringing her into it.
Back up. How do you know she got toddlers right after that incident?
Well, because they say that Cash and Carter came, in February.
Oh, Valentine's Day, allegedly, right? Yes.
Right.
Excuse me. Valentine's Day, allegedly.
Yeah.
So that would have been just 6 days, a week. Okay.
Okay. So now once again, if he did go in there and everything went the way that they said that it did, I feel like she had her hands in that as well.
Why? Wait a minute, because I heard somebody else say that too. So I'm trying to figure out, why would you think that?
Because she's the one that came to the rescue.
Okay.
So why would you be so adamant about this troubled teen?
Because they went to house together. It allegedly stayed at her house while she was incarcerated and yeah. So that's why I like him. I'm caring about him. I got a safe house. I'm a new house. I'm an old house. I'm a hen mama.
Okay, now Queen, think about this. This young man, he has a history of burglary, break it in. He can take.
You ain't got to tell the Queen. Look, Queen 50. Queen ain't dead.
Exactly. So if you can walk into someone's house and take anything, a child is included.
Right. And guess what? Well, I don't think like that. Let me tell you something. Because we know that because people do certain things don't mean they'll do something else. A liar does not necessarily mean they'll be a kidnapper. a liar doesn't mean you'll necessarily be a murderer, but they start in small steps
Now,
to
I'm not
become a
saying that,
murderer.
not that that's what he wanted to do, but if
Yes.
his quote unquote girlfriend, okay, well, can you get this? If it was requested for him to
Damn,
take something.
why would you? What in the hell would make you think that she would put the boy up to taking a child?
Now, this is the only reason why I'm saying this, because
Yeah,
of the
okay,
time frames. Because now we have a situation less than 90 days apart where we have an 18-year-old boy,
uh-huh.
3 toddlers involved, and then
Uh-huh.
Monica is still in the mix of that.
Okay, I get the part where y'all curious because she's there months
Mhm.
ago, but played possum on this one in the beginning. I get that. But
Okay.
to link her as being a co-conspirator for kidnapping a child, why?
What's the motive?
Okay, right. And then I'm gonna get to that
Well, go ahead and
now.
let us speak. Then go on.
I
Go on.
don't really like voicing this. This is just something
Well,
that
look,
is not.
you can't come to the Queen's Playhouse and duck goose around what you
Okay.
think. That's why I invite you here.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm not gonna do that. But okay. First situation: one old man, he gets punched in the head. The child's being taken away.
Okay.
Second, her dad comes, and now this is another old man talking about sexual assault against another toddler. It's off. It's off.
Okay, I'm just listening.
So,
I'm trying to put it together. I'm listening.
Okay, so piece that together, and then we also have.
I can't. I'm trying, but I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to get in the mindset of where you're going with this.
Okay, where I'm going with this is we have the other old man saying that this was taped.
Huh?
So the father, Monica's father, says that it was another person and they taped the murder or whatever the situation.
Yes, in the room or something. Yes, okay. So that's two
Now,
stories being told: child molestation and another busybody. Okay, boom.
Mm-hmm. So I'm still trying to piece together the correlation between these older men and these toddlers. I understand that the grandfather was trying to protect his granddaughter, but if you really wanted to protect her, you definitely
You would have had
went
the
on
kids
ahead and
removed out their
pressed
custody.
charges.
We wouldn't even be talking about them if you really cared. Come on, Queen.
Exactly. So that's with Cash and Carter. But for the little girl, the charges should have been pressed if you really wanted to protect your granddaughter or any other children in the surrounding area. So as far
Maybe he
as
trusted her because she in the neighborhood, she's a neighbor, and she knows him more than I know him. I'm gonna go on in this ride, even though to us as outsiders, it's not logical. If I care about my kid, I don't give a damn about you knowing him. Because first of all, I don't know you unless I do know you.
Okay, yeah, and I forgot she had the safe house. So okay, I get it.
Okay, but I'm just saying we don't know the relationship of none of these people with one another.
Right.
Who's to say he really knows Monica of her? So he wouldn't have trusted her judgment. Like I said, I'm an outsider. It don't sound right to me, but I don't know them. And I don't know what they know about each other. I don't know how thick she laid it on when she talked to him. I don't know if maybe she rubbed his kneecap. Come on, Queen. I see that. Y'all like to be suspicious. You know I can go there with you.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I do get that too, because you're right. He might have trusted her judgment. You're absolutely right.
Because people do it. Look, people do it all the time. That's what I try to tell people in my chat. That because you won't do it, don't mean somebody else won't. And we know this from true crime. I know I've watched how many stories where somebody looked out the window and the woman watched the man get beat to death by other men. She watched the story unfold. She heard them plead. Anybody heard anything, seen anything? But the reason why she didn't come forward is because the people who beat the man to death, they were town bullies.
Okay.
So she said, well, if I'm going to get involved in that, they ain't getting ready to put me in the wood chipper.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People see stuff all the time. People know stuff all the time. People get lax in not prosecuting. This ain't the first story where somebody did something and a person watched them do something and just said, okay, I'm gonna turn the other cheek. I'm gonna turn a blind eye. I'm gonna let this one pass. People know that somebody was allegedly broke in their house and still won't go to the authorities. I can think of a story right now. Somebody I know crawled in up through the attic, broke in the man's house, and I do not remember them saying that old man went and called the damn police because it's that stigma of, as they say, being a snitch, even though that's your damn house.
Can I ask a question? Who in their right mind, if somebody were to come into my house, try to take my kid,
okay, but that's
either I would use my
Second
Amendment rights, or I would tell the cops immediately that somebody tried to kidnap my kid, and this is the person, and to make sure you lock him up before I kill him. That's what should have happened. That neighbor should have immediately contacted the police and done, no matter what Monica said, he should have done what was right. What was right would have been contacting the police.
Don't do that. That's the point I'm trying to make with this commentary. Is that
no. Gang members and gangbangers don't do that. Normal people do that.
Why do you have to bring in a gang?
Normal people should call the cops. No. What I'm saying is, if you don't deal with the cops and you don't want to, if you don't want them in your life, then you're not going to contact them because it brings you problems. But if somebody comes in and tries to take what's yours, and especially your kid, the first thing you need to do is either kill him or call the cops.
Now, he did say he called the cops, and the cops were hanging up, and he didn't like the way the situation was handled. I just want to know that they take photos of his forehead, but that's just me.
Listen to something Dee Dee says. Monica had an entanglement with the man, and Darren was looking for her. That's why he said he was not leaving until he found his girlfriend. You know what, Dee Dee? I want you to hit the link. I want Dee Dee, because damn, you said something about that the other day. I'm dead. Y'all ain't getting ready to get my blood pressure high up on this live, fooling with these crazy ass folks out in Texas. Does Monica have her other children in the house besides Cameron? I don't think so.
Do you guys think that Monica's ever done anything with Daria Brown in a sexual way, or if there's any kind of?
She probably have. She nasty.
So she could seem kind of like the bondage kind of like.
We gonna pretend we're in the street. She stank hoe. I see that.
Well, let's just say this. I mean, because I look at a crime of passion. If there's no other motive, the crime of passion has to come from somewhere, or something has to happen from an angle for somebody to be with the person they want and get other people out of the way. Now, Monica, and this is the information that I had before I cut up relations with another channel, but I know Monica was dating a guy.
Don't mention none of that no more.
I'm not. But what I am going to mention is what I am going to mention is what's relevant of what I was told. Now, she's got a boyfriend that was in jail when Trevor moved in.
I'm not thanks talking to me.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I wasn't going to do that in the first place. I respect your channel, so I wasn't going to bring up the other channel name.
Barbara Kelly. Barbara Kelly. Wait a minute, because I'm about to get crunk now. Oh Lord, almost 3 a.m. in the high 10. Barbara Kelly, how the hell you know what she prefer? Ding dong is ding dong. You better stay woke, lady.
I can't see the chat, so I don't know what was said. So
don't get me crunk in here. don't come to my chat trying to tell me that what some other dusty YouTuber said about who her sexual preference is. If I'm attracted to you, whether you white, black, or green, you lay that conversation on thick. My clothes is coming off. Shut your mouth.
There's no racism here, man.
It happens every day. People sleep with other race of people. Your preference to be white men.
Yeah, and they also sleep with the same sex of people. So who are we to judge?
But the point is, I may prefer black men, but that does not mean a white man, blue man come along. He's talking nice to me. He takes me out to eat. One thing leads to another. We date, however it goes, and I don't do what I do.
I do like your electric blue pillows on your couch, though, Queen. You do have a very. I know. I'm going to slap myself.
Look, that electric. Look, I said electric.
You look like Steve Harvey up on your couch. You're all good. I love it.
That alleged drunk had to show everybody in YouTube world how she really lives.
You know what, Queen? I respect you. I've always, since day one, and I've talked to you on the phone. And I respect the fact that you wanted to see who you were talking to at first when we all started talking. And I've had some great conversation with you. And again, we don't always agree, But what's great is we can always get our opinions out, and having think tanks on multiple avenues and multiple platforms where we're having great conversation. It brings us to these answers, and it brings us to more investigative reporting, and it makes us want to do what we're doing. And I appreciate everybody in the chat. Whoever comes to our channels, please hit that thumbs up. And you guys, this is one of the craziest cases. This is crazier than Cal City.
Well,
and we have somebody,
and that's what I
and we have a suspect.
This story is because it's got Cal City remnants, and I tell you all the reason why this story has Cal City remnants. That other mess with that Malia baby and other cases, it's because it's ghetto fabulous people rearing the children. Children go missing every day. Children are found dead every day. Adults are found dead every day. Adults go missing every day. You don't hear all this he said, she said, Pookie said, Ray Ray said, stories about meth, people getting locked up. It's only because of the people who are rearing the children are tainted.
And who are these people? They're not, obviously, a lot of these people aren't qualified to have kids. I mean, we got to have some kind of...
But it's obvious. And let me tell you something. I believe in redemption because I can't believe in God and not believe in redemption. People are going to mess up. People are going to make mistakes. But I respect you if you're honest. If you come to me today and say, you know what, I got a problem. I like to get high. I know somebody right now told me he is 60 years old. I like getting high. I ain't going to stop getting high. Now, I don't have to agree with it. Because first of all, I think it's jacked up that you that old still wanting to get high. But the one thing about it is, at least he ain't got no children. Now, he's known to keep kids, which I don't agree with, but that's them folks' business. You understand what I'm saying? But I would hope
you can choose to keep your distance
while keeping kids.
You can choose to keep your distance how you seem fitting. And you know what I mean? Not everything that I do works for you. Not everything that you do works for me. Right. But what I do know is that I'm not getting high. And I'm not doing the things that they were doing, and I'm not lying about knowing who I know, and I'm not changing my story up on a public platform where everybody now is dissecting into me, because it seems like the more they try. I mean, the cops said they have Darian Brown, they have their murders, they have their murder suspect. But again, you know, the more that another platform or other platforms try to prove that Darian Brown's innocent, the more that they start seeming to think that Cameron's more guilty or another party is more guilty. Now it's persuaded things to where, you know, we already know the cops said they already have somebody that they're going to be charging with, you know, capital murder. But I think they're waiting for forensics, like they said. And, you know, again, it could play into, you know, more people being involved.
I don't have no idea what you're talking about.
They could be more involved, but, you know, at this point, you know, we can't believe anything that comes out of that side of the family, because we all know what their habits are. We all know that they're liars, and we all know that she's got a past. Monica does have an ex-boyfriend who was in jail when Trevor moved in, and they were together for almost 10 years or something to that nature. And I was getting all this information, and he lives in Houston. Now, he knows Darian Brown.
I need your help with something.
Her ex-boyfriend knows Darian Brown. Now, if she wanted, if her ex wanted to get back with her, but she's with Trevor and Trevor's got his kids there and he knows Darian, that could be another crime of passion, a motive to kind of get them out of the way and for them to get back, because they're still talking. But, you know, otherwise I don't see a motive. And when we see the video, we see a
help me bring you other two people up. They're sitting at the bottom of my screen. How I pull them up?
Okay, so no thanks. What is the motive for Darian, since you just cannot fathom a possible motive for anyone else?
Don't y'all get crunk on my live.
I'm sorry, Queen. I'm sorry.
No, you ain't gotta apologize.
You know what?
I know how no thanks get, so that's why I say it.
No, you know, no thanks has changed a lot. No thanks had to grow up a lot.
You just eased in talking about that other buffoon in my chat.
No, but I had to bring up what I was told from that side before we were cut off, and I was able to get that inside information, which we haven't really talked about.
Excuse my language. I'm tired of his ass. I'm gonna come on.
Yeah, I would cancel
him all day long. I wish God. I don't wish no bad to nobody, but I'm sick of him. I am sick of that clap chaser. God, I wish he'd go somewhere and lay down. And I tell you what's happening. Let me finish. I'm sick of him. because all the stuff, all the hate that was brought to me because of Cal City, in my opinion, of the Bio Mama, and then they went in on you, then they went on him. He should understand the hate better than anybody. So for him to come with this BS or rallying with this heifer, and then
That's why I have to apologize to the community for bringing him
all
in.
these people, I get it. He's upset when the people kept coming for him, them other YouTubers. I get it. But there comes a point when you have to stop talking about them.
Hold on. People get what they deserve, and he gets what he deserves. And you know what? I hope people don't fall into that territory. And you know what? Like I said, I had a great relationship. It's my fault that I let it get this long because it was so intertwined in getting my own life and other things in order. I didn't see the nature of how all the stuff that behind the scenes that I found out after the fact was created by this person, and me being an enabler by having them on my channel and not knowing that it was that bad, because I didn't know behind the scenes it got that bad with like other searchers, people in Cal City. I mean, I saw the stuff that he was posting, but I wasn't behind any of that. We got him and this other Aussie insider person that is ruining a lot of this community. And I apologize. And I apologize
You're doing
to
exactly
everyone.
what I told you not to damn do.
And I apologize. Well, I got to apologize for bringing those people.
Bringing up these other people's names.
Okay, I apologize. And I apologize for bringing them into this, as deep as it got.
Third time. Yeah, I'm going there tonight because I'm sick of him. I'm sick of him.
Uh-huh. And I apologize.
I thank God I don't have to worry about him. That's the joy of being single, and you don't have to stand account for other people's ways. That's the joy if you believe in God and you're a Christian. You don't have to stand account. Because guess what? Imagine standing in the line and the guy looks at the scroll and say, I'm getting ready to chew you up for what no thanks did. Thank you. That ain't how God works. Amen.
Correct.
But I'm sick of him. He's disgusting about me.
And I'm sorry, Queen.
Exactly what the other YouTubers was doing to us months ago. So why in the hell would you want to follow suit and fall in line and do what the other ones was doing? Because that means you cut from the same cloth. Y'all all cut from the same cloth. You're doing the same thing. You
it's
can't
all
cry
bad.
wolf and then do the same thing.
It's all bad. Yeah, you're right. Birds of a feather flock together. And, at the same rate, again, some people are blinded.
I don't know how to pull you up down here in the corner. I'm trying. If Doug would quit bringing up these other YouTubers' name and show me how to bring you up, I could get you up here.
Do you want me to bounce off so you can bring someone else up?
Well, I want you to tell me how to bring the person that's sitting in the bottom under my box up.
Okay. Click on their picture and click add to stream.
No, you're not listening. It's only showing me the barely tip of the person. Now somebody else has jumped on. I can see the top part, but I don't know how to push the screen up to hit on it.
Man, I wish I could see what you're seeing right now. I'm sorry if I can't help you with that.
Well, what I'm saying is their boxes are sitting under mine.
Yeah, then you just got to hover your mouse over them and click add to stream. It should give you like a plus sign or.
It's not, because it's not a whole box. It's just a piece of it. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's only a piece of the box. It's not the whole box.
Okay, let me jump down and I'll text you and I'll try to walk you through it.
No,
and that way
you need the video chat and I'll show it to you.
Okay, I'll video chat you. I'll get off right now. That way maybe so you can bring someone up. Thank you for having me. And again, I apologize, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'll get it later.
You sure
I know how you get.
I'll cuss you out. All right, that's good. No thanks. I'm sure. Who is this?
Hello.
Sarah. Let Sarah talk, because Sarah's been waiting a while. You know how
That's okay.
She's all riled up.
Hi, Queen. How are you doing?
Hi, I saw you earlier.
Yeah, I've been watching you
on
since
someone's channel. Yes.
Madness. Oh, sorry, we're not supposed to say.
No, that's okay.
Sorry.
Look, don't be cool with me, but it's just issues when you start talking about people.
Yeah, I got you, girl. I got you.
And then things go all to hell.
I hear you, honey.
And that's
but I've been watching you since the beginning of the Orrin and Orson West. So I've been watching you for a while. Okay. So you saw me earlier tonight and the points that I was making.
Yes.
I would like everybody, if they have their Google handy, to look up a term called. Sorry, it's a funny word. Hold on a minute. I gotta remember how to say it. Decorticate. So it's decorticate posture. And everybody look that up. And then I want you to compare the diagram or the photograph that you see to how Cash's posture.
Sorry. Where are you at?
I just got done at the gym.
Well, I can't see you, crazy. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry. Can you see the screen?
No, I see your face.
Okay, hold on. Let me switch it. I'm going to show it to you. Hold on a minute, Miss Sarah.
Okay.
I'm going to show you something. Okay. You see, their names will be right under here. The box will sit right there. Then another box will sit right there.
Move it over a little.
And I don't know how to pull it up. Well, they're already up on the screen. Now the people have jumped up since you jumped down.
Okay. Is there more people in the background waiting to come up?
No. Everybody's up.
Okay. Should I try to come back up?
No, what I'm saying is, yeah, come back up. But are you going to be able to see yourself in this box when you do that?
No, but you'll be able to click on me and it'll say add to stream.
No, that's what the point I'm trying to make. You'll sit up under there. I won't be able to pull you up because it'll be half a box. It'll just be the top portion right there will show. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Let me see if I can do it with you on the phone real quick.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, go ahead, Miss Sarah. Go ahead.
Okay, so it's such a funny word. I have to practice saying it a few times. Anyways, you look that up and you compare the decorticate posture to the posture that Cash was in when he was lifted out of bed.
Let's talk. What are you doing?
It's a match. It's a perfect match. The way his arms and his hands are positioned, the way his chin is against his chest. It's actually a sign of severe brain damage.
What are you saying, Sarah?
Look up the word decorticate posture.
Let's talk. Hold on a minute, Sarah. Let's talk news. What are you doing?
I'm trying to show the picture of the decorticate posture.
Oh Lord Jesus!
But it's not showing right.
Oh, Crystal, I got a nurse on board. So spine position is a match as well. Jesus Christ, I don't know what's going on with this live tonight. Okay, no thanks. He's not helping me do this like I want to do this. Go ahead, Sarah. Finish, honey. Hello? Lord have mercy.
Sarah, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. I slowed it down to a quarter of the speed and I watched it in extreme slow motion. Okay. We see Carter get into bed. We see there are instances where Carter moves.
Okay.
The positioning, you can see the top, or at least the side, of Cash's head.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it from beginning to end, just up to when he's grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
Cash never moves.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't move once. Not even when Carter gets in the bed and his feet are in Cash's face.
Okay.
He never moves.
Okay.
Then when the person, because I don't think it's Darian, to be truthful with you, I don't think it's him at all,
okay,
picks up Cash and holds him out the way he does. Isn't it odd that leading up to him grabbing him, every time Carter stirred, the person stops and looks at Carter to make sure he's not waking up.
Mm-hmm.
He pauses. He watches. Okay, kid's asleep. He goes to move again. He keeps looking at Carter's direction before he grabs Cash. Okay, so clearly, to me, I'm watching body language. I'm watching the video. I'm saying this guy is worried he's going to wake up Carter and be seen, right? Well, then why the hell didn't he cover Cash's mouth after scooping him out of bed? How does he know Cash isn't going to scream? He's watching to make sure Carter doesn't wake up so he can grab Cash. But once he gets Cash, he's not restraining him. He's not covering his mouth. We have a household full of adults here. We have a twin who, once Cash is grabbed, if Cash screams, he's capable of waking up his twin, correct? But he doesn't cover that baby's mouth. I'm not trying to speak factually. I don't know for sure what happened. None of us do. But I'm just looking at what's right before my eyes. And the posture of that child and the fact he's not covering his mouth. I'm wondering if that baby accidentally ingested drugs or received some sort of injury.
Yep, that's what it says on here. That is traumatic brain injury, bleeding in the brain tumor, stroke, brain problem due to drug use, poisoning, infection, and liver failure, increased pressure in the brain, infections such as Reye syndrome, which we know that that's not the problem, but those are symptoms that they have. That's what causes it.
And if they wanted to make this look like an abduction because of something they did, either directly or indirectly, because of neglect, what have you, they left drugs laying around and he ingested them, and they cared more about their freedom than doing the right thing by that baby, then I could see them staging an abduction and he's near death or already dead and injuring his poor little body to make it look like the kidnapper came in and did it. Yeah, I'm on the fence because I'm like, toxicology isn't back. And truthfully, I'm going to be really shocked if there are no signs of blunt force trauma that's older than when the stab wounds would have happened, or there's no drugs in his system. Because if you look at that posture compared to the posture of that baby when he's taken, it's identical. It's identical. And why wouldn't he cover his mouth? Because he knew that baby was already gone. He was getting rid of the body.
Yep.
And I think they set this Darian kid up. I really do.
I believe that too.
If you look at the footage, of the daylight footage of Darian, that doesn't look like a knife he's holding. Everybody keeps saying he's holding a knife. I've never seen anybody hold a knife with the pads of the tips of their fingers.
It doesn't look like a knife to me either.
It looks like he's holding a blunt, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, what if they set him up? What if somebody called him and said, "Hey, man, you want to come over, smoke a blunt?" Or, "Hey, do you got a blunt I can buy from you? How much? Come on over."
Yeah.
I can't hear her.
Who?
I think she actually dropped down. I'm sure she'll be back up soon.
Yeah, I think she's probably something.
But what's interesting is Darian speaks to Carter. Well, wait a second. A couple hours earlier, he's worried about waking Carter up. And this time he walks in the room, walks right over to Carter, pets his head, says something to him. Then he turns and he mumbles something. Well, what if he was called to come over there to meet up to smoke that blunt, if that's what he's holding, right? And he was told to meet Cameron in the room, and Darian comes in, and Cameron's not there, and maybe Carter stirs and sees him, and he walks over to, "Hey, little man, where's Cam at?" And the kid mumbles something, rolls over, and goes back to sleep, because that's what it looks like he does. It looks like he moves, he speaks to him, and then he kind of rolls back over again, like he's still asleep, he's not awake. And then he's like, oh, oh man, because it sounds like it's so hard to understand it, even with headphones. But to me, he's mumbling too. So that makes it difficult. But it kind of sounds like he says, what am I here for, man?
Mm-hmm.
As he's walking away from the crib. He seems...
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And that's the other thing. He doesn't come back at 7 o'clock in the morning, daylight time, aggressive at all. I mean, again, he goes right up to Carter.
That was not him at night. That's two different people.
Yeah, exactly.
Two different people. And the reason why he's wearing his mask like that is to make it look like he's Darion, like on that video.
Uh-huh.
When he was looking in that fence.
Yeah,
and he's
exactly.
Covering that beard, and he's covering that beard. And like I said, Darion has that little hunch in his back, and Cameron does not. You can't fake a hunch.
That's true.
You can't.
That's true. And the thing is when Darion comes back and he starts to walk away from the crib, he seems annoyed. Like he was supposed to meet somebody there, and they're not where they told him to meet him.
Yeah,
I think he's not aggressive.
I think they told him to come in daylight because you could see it clearly that it's him. That's what they told him. But he's wearing two different outfits. He's wearing two different outfits because the other outfit got blood on it.
Well, here's the thing.
And he couldn't walk in with blood on himself.
Well, but wait a minute, but that's only if Darion took cash to begin with. I believe exactly.
It was Cameron, for sure.
Darion never changed his clothes because he wasn't there earlier. But here's the thing though, and I came up with this listening to the other stream earlier. Cameron made it a point to tell the press that when he ran out of the house to look for cash, he had on no socks, no shoes, and no shirt. It's a match. It's a perfect match. The way his arms and his hands are the way his hands are turned in, and his elbows are against his body. That posture is an exact match. Yes. But the thing is, he puts it out there that he didn't have a shirt on or shoes on, right? And he puts that out in the press. Well, what if? Let's speculate here, and people in the chat, please don't come for me.
No, I think
we're speculating. Yeah, we're speculating here. But what if Cameron took him? Cameron killed him or stabbed him elsewhere. I also found out from a doctor tonight that yes, a dead body will bleed, but you got to cut a major artery.
Isn't it like a certain amount of hours after they die that they can still bleed?
4 to 6 hours if it's a major artery.
Right.
That's cut. If it's like a stab wound that doesn't hit an artery, it's going to not actively bleed out. But if it's a cut artery after death, they can actively bleed out for 4 to 6 hours. So let's stay. Okay. So if Cameron took him and Cameron cut this baby up to make it look like a kidnapper, did this to him, right? And he got blood on his clothes. He's going to have to ditch his clothes, isn't he?
Right.
What better way to explain a shirtless, shoeless kid running around the neighborhood than to put it in with the press that he was running around with no shirt, no shoes, yelling and looking for cash in case somebody saw him.
Right.
They would more than likely dismiss seeing him because they saw him on the news talking about how he ran around with no shoes, no shirt, looking for the boy.
Right.
And his in Cash's face.
And I'm wondering if maybe Cameron meant it in a way of saying the reason why he was like that was because he didn't even think about putting on no clothes and he just went off looking for it. Maybe that's what he was trying to say.
Yes,
but it sounds like it's
exactly.
Well, that's what he's trying to convey. That's what he's trying to convey. I was in such a panic, I just ran out. No shirt, no shoes, no socks. But the reality is, maybe he put it out there. Maybe, just maybe, he put that out there in case somebody saw him.
Right. It's possible.
After he, and in the interim, Darian is told to show up so they can get him on film.
Right.
In the daylight.
That's exactly why I think that they did it. They showed him clearly in the daylight, because why would they choose 7 o'clock? Why would he come back hours later? Come on now.
That's just the thing. Why would he go up and purposely touch Carter and pet his head?
Right.
They're trying to make it seem like he came back to kidnap Carter and kill him too. That's what they're putting out there.
Yeah, but that's not what was happening.
But exactly, because again, we have a situation. He would go straight. Why didn't he pet Cash's head at 5 a.m? No, he goes right over to Carter. He's petting his head. He speaks to him. The child rolls over. He allows him to. The kid could have woke up and started screaming. These people are dirty.
And another thing is,
I think they've set this Darian kid up.
I think they killed him and put him on.
I lost you, honey. Put him on the what? I can't hear her.
I think she dropped off.
Oh, no. I wanted to hear what she said. Put him on the what?
Yeah, I couldn't catch the end of that either.
Darn it. It's important. Have her get back on. Get back on. Well, wait, we can't control that, though. We need Queen to do that. Earlier tonight, I was kind of like an 80-20, and I was kind of leaning towards they did together. But now the more I think about it, and the more I realize how nonsensical it is to go into a house full of adults and grab a small child and not even cover their mouth. You have no way of knowing he's going to stay asleep. You have no way of knowing he's not going to start screaming, kicking, scratching, fighting. He's not carrying him the way a kidnapper would.
If he was familiar with him, then, he probably knew that he would not.
But then again, Cash never woke up. Yeah, but Cash didn't wake up.
I see.
Cash didn't move. Cash didn't move. He did not startle response from being picked up, from being held where he's dangling. He's not holding him close to his body. He's not putting his hand over that boy's mouth. He's not clutching him. Most kids, when you move them, will have a startle response. And some people say, well, I can move my grandkids without waking them up. Okay, well, you can move your grandchildren without waking them, without them stirring, without them moving, without them stretching their arms, without them mumbling in their sleep, without them moving their head around, without them rubbing their eyes. Really?
And trying to get some type of comfort or body contact. I see what you mean.
You see what I'm saying? Wrapping arms around the neck, legs around the waist.
Yeah, we're back.
Laying the head down.
Now you can plug back in your power supply if you need.
I am really, really troubled by this, because the more I think about this, and the more I do this play-by-play in my head, the more I'm thinking they have set this young mentally ill man up.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
I've been networking trying to get this.
Yes.
Oh, my cursor does this. Every time I go long lives, my cursor locks up. It's very weird. I don't know. It seems like I'm going to be truthful. Anytime I talk about these kids, any type of stuff like this, 2 hours in, so hour and a half, that cursor locks up. It's just weird. It's very weird.
Try, is it cordless or is it a plug-in?
I can plug in a little cord in when it starts going down, the little power.
Try unplugging it and reinstalling it.
That's what Doug showed me how to do just now. But the weird thing was I had just plugged it up. And that's I don't know. This is very.
Oh, it could just be StreamYard's acting up again, because it likes to do that too.
Okay. Hello, TG. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I don't know. I'm really troubled about this. I just think that they're covering up what happened to that boy in that house, and they decided to pick the weird guy to blame it on.
Mm.
And we've seen cases like this before.
Okay, listen, let's go to what No Thanks is asking, because I'm asking this. I've already asked people, because none of you, the new people that have joined us, none of you have answered my question, why they discarded the child, where they discarded the child. 2 people believe it's because they want the child to be found soon. Sarah, what's your reason?
I don't think so. I don't think so. The child was taken after 5 a.m., around 5 a.m. Whoa, I'm echoing.
No, I'm saying, why did they discard the child near somebody's house? It's like right near their driveway.
Because they didn't have a chance to get to where they were going to go with him and to leave him. I don't think he was supposed to be found right away.
Slow down. They did what now?
I don't believe they had a chance to get to their destination before people woke up, left for work, came out to get the milk.
6:50.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not quite light. They could have dropped them off near one of those trails. When I watched that lady's channel today, there was ample places you could throw. Look, in Texas, they've got brush that grows up from the side of the road.
And maybe they were on their way there and they saw the lady who found him. And they knew they needed to drop him and get lost before she saw him.
Okay.
They saw her, but she didn't see them.
So let me ask you this. So they were on foot or by car?
That, I don't know. I don't believe for a minute that whoever took him walked the sidewalks with him in front of people's houses.
So what, you don't believe they walked with him?
If they walked with him.
I just refuse to believe somebody's walking somebody to their death. That's just weird to me.
Well, if they did, I think they cut through alleys and between people's houses. They didn't walk up the middle of the road.
Yeah, but
they didn't walk on a sidewalk.
But listen, that's what makes no sense. Think about that. I'm going to walk through alleys with a white kid that ain't got no clothes on, and then I'm going to cross back over to a main street and drop him right at the edge of somebody's driveway.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If they walked, I don't believe that they would walk out in the open with this boy. They would stick to the alleys. They would cut through houses.
And that's what I refuse to believe, because somebody wanted to argue with me last week about how far the crime scene is to where the Sherrod house is. I feel like this. That's nothing to even argue about, because it's stupid to think some black person is going to be walking around with a white kid. I don't give a damn what time it is, with no damn clothes on. He has nothing but his shorts.
Exactly. So that's where I'm getting at. If they had walked, I don't believe they'd walk sidewalks or down the middle of the road where they can be easily seen. So that leans to they had to have been in a vehicle. How risky is it, like you just said, for a black kid to be carrying a white kid, half naked white kid?
Yes.
At that, all he's wearing is shorts.
That's it. No shoes. No
shirt, and he seems unconscious. At least we know that from the house footage. We don't know if he really was, but I'm telling you that posture he's in is identical to brain damage. It's identical.
Brain damage. Okay. Where I be?
How would he hold his head up when he was carried out then?
Because in a I hate that word,
well, don't say it no more. Just make up something.
In the posture that he was in, if it's brain damage, it's rigidity.
Do you think it was a possibility that he was given like NyQuil or some type of
doubtful
something where it would make him more like tired? Like everybody was wondering how Carter was more active than Cash at that time of night and whatnot. I didn't know if maybe Cash was sick. Did he take some medication that made him more drowsy?
Well, we don't know what time. Where are
y'all getting that from about this?
We really don't even have a timestamp on that video.
Why do y'all keep saying that the boy was drugged?
No. The only way he could be that limp, if he could be that limp and still be able to hold his head up, and
he was upright. Well, he put him out of the bed.
Right, but he kept his head up. But when he grabbed him out, he didn't have to cover his mouth because, number one, Darian and him know each other, so he
Right.
wouldn't
Thank
freak out.
Finally, somebody said that. Right.
He never
He
woke
wouldn't
up.
freak out, and
He
Darian
never
wasn't.
woke up.
Well, no, I think he
That
was
boy
awake,
doesn't
but
open his eyes.
it takes a little bit to become coherent. Like when my kids got out of the car seat, or when I was carrying my kids after that, when I woke them up and
Okay.
had to get them out of the
Said he
house.
was
You know,
still.
it takes a good like minute or two for them to kind of come to.
Okay, and were they floppy?
Well, no, they would still. It would be the
Okay,
same way as
listen.
as Cash was grabbed.
Listen. I want everybody to
His feet
listen
were
to what
hanging
I'm saying.
head straight up.
Hello. I want everybody to be quiet and please listen to what I'm getting ready to say. Because I'm starting to get annoyed. You want to say the boy was dead in the bed, but you forgot one thing about that. Where's the damn blood from the dead baby? I'll wait.
I believe the boy was alive when he grabbed him. He took him to the woods. He did whatever he did to him. And I'm not saying, and then on his way back, maybe the kid started getting crazy or saying, "I'm going to tell on you" or something. And then he offed him on the way back, and that's why he left him in the street on the way back to the house.
Wait.
Nah.
Listen, I'm going to take a kid that I know out the house to do what with him in the woods? Why do you all keep bringing up the woods? You don't have no verification of no kid in the woods.
Well, I believe they said the ankle bracelet traveled through there, and I don't know if that's still a factuality.
Pookie said that.
I still don't know if that's a factuality.
No,
but
that's
if that
gossip. Come on, I'm getting annoyed. Seriously.
Okay. Why would he need to take him out to the woods to molest him?
That's my point. All this
possibly
and stopping.
That came from Grandpa. Not even. Well,
I'm just saying, if he went to the woods at all, that would be to do whatever he was going to do, and then he would have gone back somewhere else. If that's the case,
I can do what I want to do to you in this fucking room. There's nobody looking at me in here. Why do y'all keep talking about taking somebody out of the house to do something to them, and I'm in the damn room with
and then bring him back?
Well, there still has to be. Then there has to be another reason why it happened, and there has to be either another party involved or a different motive. Then, if it wasn't a sexual, if it wasn't a sexual thing for Darian Brown towards a child or something, then it would have to be another reason.
Here's my theory, though.
Hey, ding, ding, ding. If he's been molested, you think somebody's been coming in the house, taking him somewhere else to molest him? Molesters usually don't do that. They molest you right at your house.
Well, if they do, they keep them for a while. They don't kill them within an hour, less than 8 blocks from the house.
Jesus Christ.
They know if they're going to take that baby.
Can I ask you
Hold
guys
on a minute. Hold on a minute. If they're going to take a baby to do that kind of stuff to them, they know they're going to have a nice secured location. They're going to take that baby to. They're not going to risk being out on the street.
Somewhere they know very well.
Exactly. A wooded area near a residential area is not necessarily a prime place to take a child to violate them. Especially when it's early in the morning and people are getting up to go to work.
I just want you all to think about this for just a second, because I don't think nobody's really thinking this crime.
I don't think the motive was molesting that child at all.
I don't either.
Come in the room.
I don't think that was.
Listen, I'm going to come in the room, look around like a dodo bird, look over in the direction of the camera, play with the covers, smell the covers, put the covers down, pick up this kid that was either dead or alive, take the kid out, walk him blocks down to the woods, do whatever the hell I did to the woods. Then I'm going to take him from the damn woods and drop him over here at Shamika's damn house at the end of her damn driveway. Think about what the hell you just said.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, then why not? Why not? If they're gonna molest them at this place that they're at, why not just kill them at the place that they're at?
Will you keep insisting that the motive was molestation?
No. I'm not insisting that. I'm saying if that was the motive, that would have been the only option for Darian Brown. I mean, why otherwise would he do it? Is it a crime of passion where he loved Monica, or he wanted to be with her, or is it? He hated Trevor for being with Monica, or like what would be the motive? Is for him killing? I get that he was the one taking him out of the crib, but what would be the motive for him to kill him? Why would he kill him?
Well, if he's schizophrenic and he's having a mental breakdown, or he's a psychopath who wants to
drugs
know what
wouldn't
it's
help
like to
that either.
kill somebody, he's going to pick a weak victim.
But why one of the boys? Why not Monica? Why not one of the parents? Why
Because
not?
they're weak. They're easy to overpower and control. And carrying blocks
I mean,
if they're
he punched his neighbor in the head and tried to take a child. I mean,
exactly.
he seems like he doesn't care at any rate.
So we know that he has issues, right? So we know he has issues, right?
Well, we know that he would strike an elderly person just as well. He would harm a child.
Okay, but he knew that he could get easy access because he knew those boys were sleeping in that room because he was no stranger to that household.
Right.
That has since come out. We know Monica, but we know that family has lied about their connection to Darian Brown.
Right, 100%.
100%.
Yep.
It is. The truth about that has come out. Now, why did they lie? What's that motive? Why would they lie about knowing that kid?
Well, if you're going to lie about that, you're going to lie about everything else, and you have to cover a lie with a lie with a lie.
One thing
okay, there you go.
One thing begat to
So we know.
Yep.
So now we know. So now we know that they lied about knowing this kid. Not only did they know him, the kid lived in the house.
Well, hell, she got him off of the charge of kidnapping and
exactly
and well, here's a home invasion is a huge charge too. How we haven't seen a home invasion charge. When you steal something when people are home, it's different than if you go into their houses when nobody's there. Now we haven't seen that kind of upgraded charge either. We've seen a kidnapping, but we haven't seen a home invasion charge either, which is kind of weird. Which means that he may have lived in that house or been staying there also, which they can't give him a home invasion charge if he's supposed to be in that house.
Exactly. They can get him on the kidnapping. Now, here's the thing.
They can get him on the kidnapping, but they can't get him on a home invasion, which is a bigger charge, I believe.
Okay. So Monica also stated that she had gone grocery shopping, and when she came back, he was there, and he told her, "Get out of here. Get away from my kids." Blah, blah, blah. Right? But it has since come out that that boy lived in that household. They knew him very well. Okay. She supposedly talked the neighbor.
It's two stories of how Alex and Darian both got there. Alex is his brother. So they were both taken in.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. She said, "Oh, I told him to get out of here." But yet, at some point, she defended him and convinced a neighbor not to press charges against him when he tried to steal a little girl.
See, I blame the neighbor for that. I do.
Okay, we can blame the neighbor all day long. I'm not talking about the neighbor. I'm talking about Monica and what her motives could possibly be.
Well, if she's going to defend somebody.
Universal made a great point. If you dead, it's not kidnapping. Ting.
But if he, what do you mean he was dead when he was taken?
It'll be abuse of a corpse.
Well, this is true, but we don't. I am theorizing. I'm not saying he was absolutely 100% dead. I'm looking at the posture of this little boy's arms.
I'm just repeating what somebody said in the chat.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, but here's the thing, though. If he was in a posture, in this decorticate posture, that's due to possible brain damage. That's how people get into that posture. It happens to children and adults alike. It has to do with the cervical spine and the spinal cord damage to it, whether it be by drug or injury, okay, or illness. And it causes this posture. The hands kind of turn in and they pull into the chest. The elbows pull to the side. The chin goes down to the chest. And it's rigidity. You're not necessarily dead because you're stiff. You're stiff because you got brain damage. I'm not saying he had rigor mortis. I'm saying his posture looks like this decorticate.
A lot of times when you have brain damage, you also have a quadriplegic on your hands, which means they have their head held up.
All I'm asking is for people to compare. Google the word decorticate posture and compare that posture to the posture that Cash remained in.
I don't don't understand.
From
This is what I don't understand. How in the hell do you all know if he was alive or dead or woke or not?
We don't. It's a theory.
All I
It's
think
a
is he was
theory.
asleep. He was dead asleep. He was in a dead sleep. That's all it looks like.
Bullshit.
I know, but I just get agitated when people start saying stuff that you really don't have no proof if he was awake, dead, or not. He was. First of all, the thing that strikes me odd is the way he carried the child. That's what you.
Yeah, and he didn't cover his mouth.
No, I'm talking about he carried him as if the way you carry a child who has boo-booed on themselves.
Exactly. And yeah,
his head was facing his face. That's not how you carry a child. If I'm to kidnap you, when I pick you up, you pick them up with his head facing your face.
Exactly. So you can smother their mouth if they try to scream.
You would tuck them to your chest and grab the back of their head and the back of their bottom or the back of their butt. That carried him.
He handled him. If he had used the restroom and you're handing them off to the mother, friend, somebody else, saying, "Here, you take them. I don't want them." He's using the restroom on himself.
Exactly. And if you watch when he's standing there, moving the blanket, looking over at Carter, when Carter moves, stopping, not moving, just making sure Carter's not waking up, right?
Carter was awake.
When was Carter awake? Not when Cash was taken.
Right when he took Cash. Right when he took Cash, Carter's head was moving.
He was stirring, but he wasn't awake. Because you see the guy, because I don't think it's Darian, stop whenever he sees Carter move, and he freezes. Because he doesn't want Carter to wake all the way up.
He actually covers his face.
What?
Is it right after when he smells the blanket?
Or he moves the blanket. No, he moved the blanket.
And then he covers his face when Carter moves.
Huh?
Carter kind of looks at him, or something happens. He looks over at Carter. He kind of covers his face, and then he makes his move to grab Cash.
He moves the blanket that is covering the upper part of Cash's body. He lifts it. He moves it over the other side of Cash's body, from his torso down to the legs. He moves it to that side. He doesn't put that blanket over Carter's face.
I didn't say put it over Carter's face.
You said covered his face.
No, he put his hand down to smell something, and then everybody thought he smelt it, and then he covered. It was Carter actually woke up when that happened, and he covered his face. It looked like Darian Brown did.
That Darian Brown covered up Carter's face, or that Carter stirred and rolled over and covered his face?
How are you keep getting that from me saying what I'm saying?
Because you keep saying
I never said
once. Face.
I'm saying that Darian Brown, or the person standing up, covers their face after, and everybody thinks that he's smelling, but I believe he's covering his face as well.
Oh, I believe he's smelling. You know why? Because after he sniffs his fingers, he wipes his fingers on his shirt. Something was on the blanket. He sniffs it, and then he wipes his fingers on his sweatshirt.
So if he's on drugs and he's hallucinating, do you think maybe that's a cause of hallucination?
I don't know where that came from, because I don't think the person who took Cash was on drugs, quote unquote. My theory.
At 5 a.m, they're not on drugs taking a baby?
My theory is that Cash met some sort of foul play within the walls of that home, and that this was an abduction that was set up. Well, let me rephrase that. That something happened to him, whether he ingested drugs or received some sort of injury that created a brain damage. They needed to orchestrate an abduction instead of risking their fucking freedoms.
Ooh, 2 hours and 34 minutes, and this is what I get
by calling 911. Because if we listen to what everybody has to say about Monica, this entire family is scum.
Well,
they've all been in it.
What does that have to do with him having
I want to hear what
drugs?
Queenie says. I want to hear what Queenie says.
Let me talk. This is my channel. Sarah, What do you think of Monica's family?
I think there's a lot of sketch going on. I think Monica has been allowed to, well, I don't want to say allowed. I think she's been enabled for far too long with her addictions and her criminal history. Her mom and dad also come off as very sketch. Her father is the one that put it out there that Cash was raped. I'm sorry, the R word. And that some other kid filmed it and turned his phone over to the police. But only Darian got arrested, right? Supposedly Darian and some other guy filmed it. It doesn't matter. There would be an additional arrest.
I sure am being this rude. I sure am. I sure can be.
I'm not going to say that the conditions.
On the wrong damn channel. What the hell you mean?
I didn't hear you right, honey. I'm sorry.
I'm addressing somebody in the chat. Talking about
oh, okay.
Rude. Jesus Christ.
I don't want to say that their house was unfit. What it looked like to me was that in the garage, and then when you come into the kitchen and you make that left-hand turn, it looked like somebody's furniture was being stored. So if Trevor took off with his kids, maybe him and Monica were together and they were going to move in together, and then he decided to abscond. Or maybe that's her furniture, Monica's furniture. But if you look at that room to the left, right before the sliding glass door, it's not really filth. It's clutter, but it's mostly furniture. Like they're storing it in that room. Okay? I don't think that their home is squalor. I don't think it's unfit for habitation. I think that room the boys were in was inappropriate for two children ages 4. It might have been a wiser idea to put all that furniture and stuff in.
I have another idea of why they put.
I'd like to hear somebody else speak, please. Somebody else. I'm getting annoyed with you all. I don't mean to be rude. Since somebody says I'm rude, this is my channel, and I'd like to have something to say sometimes that don't nobody damn mind.
Right.
Because I do think I have let you all talk for damn near an hour.
Right.
And everybody's bickering back and forth, but in the end, nobody was there in that room with whoever took him out, passed him along, took him down the road, in the brush, in the woods. Nobody knows nothing. And this is why right now I'm irritated in talking about these cases, because it gets to this point right here.
Yeah.
Because you're all entitled to your opinion. But some of the stuff is just damn outrageous. And this is how the rumors start. And as I've told you, when people come in and they don't know the story, they have not researched the story, they believe every damn thing that you're saying in the chat. They believe everything they hear on the live book. They believe everything they hear on YouTube. When we have no evidence to nothing that has been repeated about nothing. All we really have, this is the truth. Somebody taking a kid out of a bed, somebody in a room touching the kid's head in daylight time, and a few clips of Darian Brown messing with other folks' stuff.
Right.
Tearing through damn fences.
We have a sad case of justice for Cash and prayers for Carter, and everybody from here on out is a suspect still, as far as I'm concerned. But I think that we need to focus. I think that we need to know who the real victim is here, and the real victims are.
A lot of people think I'm rude. The thing is about Queen, I get irritated when I start seeing this outrageous stuff that's going too far out of the rim. And that's just who I am. Because what I think of are the people who are not familiar with the story. And somebody gullible will come in and they start hearing you say all this stuff and you have no receipt to what you're saying. And you're like, I swear for God. And these people are like, well, okay, Pookie said that he was asleep. Pookie said he was dead. Pookie said he was in a coma. Pookie said he boo-booed on himself. Pookie said he peed on himself. Pookie said he had some type of debilitating disease. And Pookie said he was schizophrenic. Then Pookie said they were sleeping together. And Pookie said they knew each other. Pookie said they didn't know each other. Pookie said they spent the night over there. Do you see where I'm going?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all you've heard. It's the same shit like Cow City. It's outrageous. And you're entitled to your opinion. But when you start acting like you think you know that this is what happened, that's when you've gone too damn far.
We have to wait for forensics.
Because there's people who don't know the story and they're trusting you, asking you stuff in the chat, going to social media, and they haven't followed the story, and then they get sucked in to all these 50,000 damn versions of what happened. Well, in the end, we don't know. It's how it looks.
Right.
Yeah, that boy looks guilty. Yeah, that boy looks like he is sick. That boy looks like he's a troublemaker. But there's still something off with Miss Sherrod and her damn son.
Mm-hmm.
There's something off with them. Now, the flip side of this could be they ain't had nothing to do with this. They just some jacked up folks. They just jacked up. She's a meth head. Don't keep a clean house. Ain't really concerned about herself or kids or nothing. Because I don't care what nobody's saying. Your house tells a lot about who you are. That's on God.
That's true.
Word how you want.
I agree.
If you won't even clean your own damn house, that means you don't clean your body. Yeah, Queen keeps it real. You know,
why would there be? Let me ask you a question.
I don't mean to get disrespectful, but I got a cousin who's a straight up professional educated. She'll tell you in a minute, ain't you wash your wolf? I said, what? Yo, shut up. You've been saying that for years. But you understand what I'm saying? Yo, hygiene is everything. How you keep your house is everything. So I have to also say, child rearing comes along with that. You can be a nice person. You can be a loving person, but you cannot rear children in an unkempt environment. And you can't try to differentiate the two and say, well, he's a nice guy. She's a nice lady, but you don't wash your ass. You don't wash your kid's ass. She don't comb her hair. They got cooties, but she's nice. She loves kids. You don't hear that all the time. She loves kids. They love children.
Well, she also loves cameras when she's high. Apparently, her ex-boyfriend says so. Like, why not a camera in the garage where the garage door is broken and the back door is broken? Why in the kids' room? Why not utilize the camera where it should be utilized while you're watching it while you're up all night? I don't know. I don't know if there was a camera in there. There may be. If a lot of stuff changed before the interview and the Daily Mail came out and then the news came out after that, and you know there was days in between for them to kind of finagle what was going on, and we still don't have a timestamp.
I heard that on somebody else's channel today, and that's a very valid point about the footage.
We don't have a timestamp at all. She
doesn't even call Darian by his name. She says, "I looked, and that boy took my baby, whatever, my kid." So one would have to say, we now know after the fact, she knows Darian Brown. So why would you say during the Daily Mail's interview, that boy?
But we also got to know that Cameron knew that there was a camera in there. And so when that stuff was going on, if everyone wants to say that was Cameron, Cameron was the one that actually reminded Monica that, hey, there's a camera in there.
Well, one of the children
that's what the news says.
One of the children did. One of the children alerted her.
Yeah, no. I believe I heard it was Cameron that reminded her.
Yeah, but whichever it was, the point is,
why would he remind her when he was on the camera if he knows that it's there? Is what I'm saying. If he knew it was there, he would be more cautious, or he would have turned it away.
But what if I don't care? Well, you got to remember one thing: the person that went in there don't look like the person that went in on video too.
Are you talking about the morning time?
No, I'm talking about being the get up. On part 1, it's a get up with the mask, the headband around the head, the hoodie,
the backpack,
all that. That's a get up.
Well, they were wearing. He was wearing. It was wearing 2 different colors. It was a top and bottom that were 2 different colors, and a backpack, and then the morning and a headband, and possibly a wireless Bluetooth earphone. We don't know. And then in the morning time, he's in like more of a pajama.
Hello, can you hear me?
Jumpsuit.
Yeah, hold on a minute, because somebody's speaking. Let Crystal talk, please. I just called her up. Please let Crystal speak.
Hey, Crystal.
Hi, everybody in chat. Everybody. Quick question, okay?
Oh Lord.
When you have a baby camera, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have one camera in the baby room.
Yes.
You have one camera in your room.
Mm-hmm.
To watch. What's the purpose in getting the camera if you're not going to watch it? And it also beeps if there's movement.
Well, it depends. Some go to your cell phone. Some are on an SD card.
I love when somebody else brings something out that was already there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all missed that, didn't you?
Yep.
It really depends on where it records.
No, now you're gonna tell me, boy, Monica's a heavy sleeper.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because that thing will beep with the movement. That's the whole purpose in having a baby camera. You're supposed to have one in the baby room and in your room, and you're supposed to watch it when you're asleep. When it beeps, vibrates, whatever it does. So where's the other camera at? They just keep saying, "Oh, was it?"
I believe it sounds like. I believe it sounds like a walkie-talkie. I believe it sounds like. Sorry.
Okay, let me throw this out at some of you. There's a picture that somebody sent to me where Cash is on the floor playing, and there's a camera all the way down on the wall, which makes no damn sense to me. Why anybody would put a camera that low to the ground? I'm 50 years old, and I have never in my life known of anyone planting a camera all the way down near the baseboard of a damn floor. So why was that camera not mentioned? Because that camera is on a picture that's been sent to me.
So these are homemade. These is a homemade setup. I used to work for a company called American Fire and Electric. A lot of the times your cameras will be set up. The lights that blink for your fire alarms and everything have to be set at a certain height.
Keisha Douglas, the cheerleader for Monica is broke. Yes,
so she's either getting it to a receiver that comes with a camera that the crib was watching that has either has an SD card in it or it has where you can hear like a walkie-talkie.
Can't hear nothing. It's loud. Reggie, turn your volume down.
I ain't got time for this.
Oh, dang
it, Reggie.
Oh my gosh, that was so.
Man, gonna make me clown up here.
Dang it, Reggie. Anyway, so
I'm about to cut the live because I don't have time for this. I got other things to do. I got more important things to do with my time. You know, a drunk got to go get drunk. Did you know that?
What happened?
Did you hear that, Crystal?
Yeah.
A drunk got to go get drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part. Jesus Christ.
We're in the Twilight Zone right now, aren't we?
I ain't in the damn Twilight Zone.
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for Alfred Hitchcock to
pop up. I know how to cut the Twilight Zone off.
Oh, YouTube Penitentiary.
I sure am a trip. Because guess what?
Oh, shit.
The stuff that comes out in my life is just preposterous. Just the stuff that is said. And I'm trying to be as non-judgmental as possible. But some of the stuff is just outrageous now.
You almost have to talk about all of it because there's so many other channels coming out with things that are coming out. Sometimes you have to talk about stuff that people are talking about, even if you may not see it or hear all of it, because I know we're all are tired of all the speculation, but we want to find out what happened so badly. And again, I think we're all entitled to our opinions at the same time. We just have to be cautious of how much we reach, on how far we reach, on how it could be possible.
Because the thing about it is, there's nothing wrong with having an opinion about a storyline. That's normal. But when you just start reaching and act like it's the spoken word, that's when it's a problem.
That's when it gets annoying.
You're willing to go to bat like you gonna fight somebody over what the hell you think happened up in that damn dusty ass house.
Well, I think that we should all just start a neighborhood watch up in Dallas and Houston and everywhere else.
I ain't studying Dallas. I don't Dallas no way.
I'm sorry.
Mo 3 was murdered in that same dusty ass city. So right now, Dallas is not on my top list of places to go. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, you know what? If you watch the first 48, a lot of the stuff comes out of Texas, out of that area. There's a lot of murders and deaths every day that we may not be cognizant of, but there's a problem everywhere. And lately it's been more kids. If you notice, it's been.
Listen,
I don't know if it's economy or what, but
let me tell you something. This ain't got nothing to do with COVID. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And I'm saying 1,000 times. Strangers rarely take the body out of the house. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's statistically proven. I don't got no reason to take you nowhere. I don't know you. I may have been watching you. I like the way you look, whether you're a kid or you're an adult. I saw you. I took the opportunity. I watched you. I walked into your house. I broke into your house. I broke into your window. I made my way in your house. I'm coming to get what I think belongs to me, whatever it is. I handle my business in your house. I rape you, assault you, whatever. Steal from you, rob you. I'm out of there. Ting! It's over with. It's over with. I ain't doing all this whole extra stuff. Going to the park. I'm going in the woods. Y'all make it sound like it's a fairy tale. Oh, he was swinging in the woods and took the kid to the woods and took the kid to the park. And do you hear what you're saying? Who the fuck has that kind of time and killing somebody?
And then clean up and go back.
Exactly.
I'm schizophrenic. Hello, there's another part of me that don't register with my right self. And I'm getting ready to do all of this.
Mm-hmm.
All of this. Ring around the rosies.
Yep.
No. And we wonder why Heath Harris says that he has a case.
Yeah,
and he wants to question these people.
A person that's sick, schizophrenic, they don't know about the other person in their head. They don't know that they're talking. They don't know that. They don't know that.
Mm-mm.
So they get ready to go through all this, swinging down the street with skateboards and shit, and taking kids over here and dropping them off over here. Do you know how much work that is? That's why I said, for any fool that want to sit up here and argue about the distance, and if the child was woke, if the child was asleep, he took them like this. Think about what you're saying. It's too much damn work to be standing in there, looking at them, take them out, walk them down the street, take them to the park, do whatever I do to them in the park. Take them from the park, then over here to Pookie house and drop them off right there at that damn sidewalk. Go back home, take my clothes off, take a shower, sing to myself, talk to myself. Okay, 7 o'clock. Let me go down back to Monica's house, break back in her house, go back in, talk to myself, pat the kid on the head, look around the room, go back out.
One man, one pillowcase. You know, I get it. That was a lot. It's a lot.
So that's why I tell you to think about what you're saying. Play it out in your head. Like how I did it. Repeat it back to yourself. And ask yourself, pretend you're schizophrenic. Does that make any sense what I just said?
To my other self, it did.
Damn!
That's too much work for me.
Hey, I'm tired. I just repeated that. I'm tired and I just repeated it. When I go live from that little place out there in the holler, I want to get all this feedback I'm getting on this one.
It's like roses are red, violets are blue. I'm a schizophrenic, and so am I.
I want to hear all these little stories I'm getting right now. When I go way out back in the country where that guy's missing from the halfway house, I want y'all to do the same damn thing y'all doing right now. No, Angie, don't go right there. Don't stand right there. Don't look right there. Huh? Don't go down the street. We're going to pretend it's a scary movie, and we're going to ride the ride one late night when I think all them damn folks in that halfway house are sleeping, and Queen's going back out there in the dark.
Well, do you think this was
have somebody with me? I'm going to have a man, 2 men preferably with me, and we're going to reenact the night Chadwick Carr went missing. And I want to see all the little comments, like what the hell y'all doing right now and it's live. I want y'all to do the same damn thing.
That's a very interesting case, and I'm so happy that you're on the ground for that one, because it's going to be very, very interesting to see your perspective on Chadwick Carr, because just he's just as big of a magic trick as Orrin and Orson West at this point.
Oh Lord have mercy.
He just disappeared. Yeah, I don't.
TG, when you fool with what comes in my chat, you need more than a dessert drink.
Can I ask you, do you think it was premeditated what happened to Cash, or do you think it was a spur of the moment?
I almost said something. I'm gonna be quiet. Well, I think it was planned. It just wasn't properly planned.
Mm-hmm.
I think
like a bad idea.
Something jumped off, or somebody just decided I no longer want to be bothered with these kids, and it went from there.
Now, if Darian was there before the boys were there, and he had more free reign of the house, maybe that was his room that they were in. We don't know where he was staying when he was there. You think maybe his plan was to try to get them?
Hold on. I want to talk to this person right here. Day. DB says he doesn't remember doing it. Well, when did he say that? Did he call Nancy Grace? Girl, you better stop that mess. When did he tell somebody he don't remember doing it? See what I'm saying? That's exactly what the point I'm making. That bullshit right there. I didn't know Darren told anybody he don't remember doing it. I need to go Google.
I don't even remember him admitting to this. I don't even know that Darian Brown even admitted to any of this.
What? How am I not remember when I just told my lawyer I ain't do it? Shut your mouth, Queen.
No, I'm just saying he hasn't told anybody he hadn't done this. I mean, publicly, or even did this.
Exactly that is exactly the point I've been making about this old boo-boo clown. He said, she said about these folks and these stories.
Right.
Now, you know damn well if you follow the story, Darren Brown ain't told nobody he don't remember nothing when he just said he ain't doing it. It wasn't him on the camera. So how the hell I ain't gonna remember that I wasn't there?
Right. That's true.
People only want to listen to what they only want to hear what they want to hear.
No, well, it's not that people. I think
news. Krista, go Google it.
I think people get this that they get this insinuation in their head that they're right, and then they just go with what they believe.
DFW News, go Google it. I'll wait on this one before I cut this damn live off. I'm trying to watch my damn Roku. Y'all know this drunk gotta watch some TV on her new electronics. Let Benny.
Just hope that your new.
Let Benny.
Let's just hope your new electronics don't have a mouse cursor.
Let Benny Keys tell it. She's a drunk. You carrying that old news around. You worry about yourself, homeboy. Don't get the queen crump.
It's so sad he attacked Molly Golightly the other night too, and was talking about her old Xanax.
I ain't worried about him. I ain't worried about what you need to worry about.
Sad.
Kids. Worry about your wife and your kids while you worry about another damn YouTuber, because I'm set in stone. I'm highly favored. I ain't what you want.
He's just an internet bully. I'm sorry.
I have time for that. Well, for somebody that was bullied by that bullshit out there in Cal City, he ought to know the damn game to sit somewhere and be still and tuck his tail between his legs and act like he's civilizing a damn human being and keep his mouth damn closed. Because when you was on the other side of the coin and they was messing with you and bothering you, then you should know how I feel.
He was part of the problem of that too. Unfortunately, it's my own fault for the decisions I made, and I hold myself responsible. But
And this is no shade to nobody on YouTube. It's really best that YouTubers don't get wrapped up with other YouTubers. I'm keeping this shit real on this live. And you don't need to get wrapped up with the commenters either, because they ass is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, I'm calling everybody out on this damn live. Everybody's damn cuckoo. You stalkers, you doxing folks. You're worrying about what hell somebody got going on in their house, who they married to, what they doing, when they drink, when they smoke, who's their child, how many kids they got, who's their brother, who's their sister, who's their mama.
I do love Cocoa Puffs though.
Don't worry about stupid stuff. Who gives a fuck about these folks on YouTube? Worrying about the commenters. Oh, I need your email. The fuck you ain't getting ready to show up in my motherfucking house.
This just got real quick.
Can you meet me over here? Hell no, I can't meet you no damn way, you crazy nut.
You gotta have a sport. You have to have a sports car, Queen, because you go 0 to 100 in seconds. You gotta have a sports car.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm sick of the BS because you don't know people. And this is what I try to preach to you all in my chat. Stop getting obsessed with these stories. Stop worrying about these trashy ass people. Stop worrying about the commenters. Stop worrying about the fucking YouTubers. You don't know nobody. Why do you care? Damn.
I just looked it up.
Some of you are neurotic and you don't even know it. You're out of fucking control. And I need to tell you that because you've lost your way. I watch your comments. When you don't hear me talking, I'm taking in every damn thing you're saying. That's when you should be worried. That's an old saying. When they ain't talking, that's when you should be worried.
Silence speaks volumes.
I watch everything y'all say. I look at how you say it. I watch you on other people's channel. I don't say shit. I be in the cut. Just listening. And the first thing I said about somebody I saw today, look at this fucking nut up here. You on everybody's fucking channel. You over here, you over there, you over here, you jump in the chat, you change your name like you changing your underwear. How many fucking usernames do you need? But you think I don't know. Because I got people, as y'all love to say, on the ground. And they stay in my ear. And they let me know, watch her, watch him. That's an alias. That's a this. Because they obsessed. And it's sad to say that it comes in handy. It comes in handy.
I looked it up and Darian didn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's sad people have this time to do that kind of stuff and have to do that multiple personality stuff.
Omni, you right. You wanted to come up here and speak. Go hit the link, baby. You damn right. Because guess what? That black boy getting ready to have a field day. This about to be Casey Anthony all over again. Mm-hmm. How do you? What's your verdict? Not guilty.
Well, it's
not guilty. Because let me tell y'all something. As Benny Keys would say, with the biasness. The way y'all going in the chat right now on them channels from here to there in social media with all these wild ass stories, the cat ate the rat and all that old shit, that's exactly what's going to happen in court.
Yep.
When they get through chopping it up, Darren Brown will be like he was top notch, great citizen, sicko, abused, mommy daddy issues, crazy ass white lady he hooked up with, crazy ass family, meth head, reaching out to a child, took advantage of a sweet black kid who was fucked up. I tell you, stay woke.
Ain't gonna be a fair trial for sure.
I tell you, stay woke. Monica and her stupid ass son gave him a defense. When you finally switched it up and decided to come back and tell everybody, oh yeah, I know him now. You helped his defense, Dodo Bird. That's why you should have told the truth in the first place when the Daily Mail came to you. You should have said it then. Yes, I know Darian Brown. I used to talk to him, deal with him. He's friends with my children. Turn that background music down, please.
Omni.
You see, you messed yourself up because you should have been truthful in the beginning when the Daily Mail came to you. Yeah, how you doing? Your background music was on, baby. Crystal, you done saying what you got to say? You know, I done flew off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was it. I was just questioning the baby monitors. That's it.
Yeah, you did good on that because that's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mean to scare y'all. Don't worry about the Queen Gucci.
And yeah, but
you got, baby, you kind of getting crunk tonight. You gotta turn your little music down, baby.
And no, the last update was June 2nd, and that's where Darren Brown said he didn't do it. He didn't say nothing about I don't remember doing it, nothing like that. So that's just people adding in what they want to add in.
I don't want to use the word that we use for black folks, the derogatory term. So I'm just gonna say black folks version.
Yeah, that's what it was. So.
Yeah,
but I'm just really curious about those baby monitors because if you have one in the baby room, you're supposed to have one in your room. Hence the purpose in watching the baby, right? So
you have a receiver. You have a receiver that goes to a baby monitor.
That heifer wasn't watching shit. Like somebody said,
exactly.
That heifer was all night. Gucci crunk. All of them geeked up. They trying to figure out how to get this child out of here.
Actually,
but the cameras are newer. They're newer nowadays. From the receivers that we used to have back in the day, to where we heard it like a walkie-talkie when the baby starts making noise or something. You hear like a, and then them whining and this. Now they have night vision. Now they have SD cards. They could pull the SD card and put those night vision and then the daytime together. And that daytime and nighttime could have been two different times. We don't even know.
Well, I tell you what.
We don't even know a timestamp on that actual video.
And then not just that. There's you're gonna have the noise. You're gonna have you hear it. You're not just supposed to get audio, a monitor to monitor the child and not have like a beeping, a vibration, something when there's movement. That defeats the purpose in getting a freaking camera. That
let it go.
Baby.
Let's just say Monica was up for days and she slept right through that. Then she didn't hear any of that. How do they have the recording then? It had to be on an SD card.
Yeah.
I can let you up, but you got background music playing. We can't hear you over that stuff in the background, baby. And I want this other person to come up that's want to tell me what Darren Brown said. You know who you are. Hit the link.
I can't see the chat, so I don't know.
No, I write in caps because people always tell me on social media, "You're screaming." No, heifer. If the queen screamed, you will know it.
I'm talking loud.
Yeah, I write in caps because I choose to. It's I don't know why folks take stuff so personal.
Hell, I can't see that little text, so I write in caps sometimes.
Whoever just so you are, you know who you are in the chat that just said he said he don't remember. Hit the link. I want to hear you say it out your mouth. Darren Brown said.
Now, Heath Harris says, I'd like to question those people who said that's Darren Brown in the footage. Who do you think his first expert witness is going to be? Do you think it's Monica? Do you think it's Cameron?
You get that dodo bird. You get that damn owl up there on that stand. It's a wrap. You better make sure that heifer. Benny Keys, make sure you get her nails and toes done and get a new dress when she decides to go to court. Get her hair done. I said it.
It's canceled.
Permission too.
It's canceled. It's definitely canceled Christmas if she gets up on the stand for her.
Yes. Sitting up in your motherfucking garage. Hey, motherfucker, do you got a latch on your garage while you want to go get this fucking latch? What the fuck she got going on? Won't you fix her damn latch on her damn garage? I said it.
And then the windows that you promised.
Oh, okay.
Calling me out. You don't fucking know me. Dusty bitch.
And
guess what? I'm drunk now, Benny Keys. Now go run tell that.
Talking about schizophrenic.
Son of a bitch.
I'll stop. Just stay woke,
Egg
right?
on your face. Egg on your face. Egg on your face. Stupid motherfucker.
Hey, somebody needs a sandwich and a nap, I think. And a Coke and a smile.
Also with
yeah, I'm crunk now. I'm crunk now. Yeah, I'm crunk now. Now what?
If the police come, right? Because supposedly there's a break-in, and this is big, you know, for you to be kidnapping a child. You're kicking in doors, this and that, right?
Yeah.
Where's the black powder on the doors?
Well, that's what was said on the other channel today. On Molly Go Lightly. Look, let me tell you something, y'all.
Not on either
excuse
side.
my French. And excuse my French just now, but you know, every blue moon I get crunk, and I hate that for the new subscribers and they don't know me, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, her mouth is horrible." Yes, the queen can get real nasty, but let's keep it real. When you got a nasty ass house and people got their nasty fingers on the door jambs and outside the wall, how the hell you gonna know what somebody did with the fingerprinting kit? Her house is nasty. I'm sitting there watching it today. I'm sitting there looking too, trying to decide, well, is it regular people's fingerprints or is this from the FBI or the police department? I can't tell.
You would definitely see a lot of black powder. A lot of black powder. And there's no way that she cleaned it off.
Crystal.
Well, it would leave like a soot. It would leave like a little bit of a soot. It would leave a little bit of a soot.
Yeah, like that. You would see it.
It was soot in that damn house. Shut your mouth.
No, yeah, there's a bunch of shit, not soot.
Wait a minute. What messed me up was he going through there like he on a TV show. Come on, let me show you my crib.
Yeah.
The kitchen.
Yeah, that was like MTV Cribs downgraded version.
Kitchen ain't got nothing in it, so you think you get ready to see something. You're like, oh well, the kitchen's nice and clean. When that motherfucker
was it like when he brought him in, he's like, watch the cockroach, and then to the left.
When he turned that corner and I saw all that shit piled up, I said, oh son of a bitch. Look at this.
Everybody thought that was a dinosaur toy. It was a big cockroach. It was
I'm calling, hey, Monica Sharon, I'm calling AE on you.
She did say that he used to chase her with bugs, and I'm sure they were readily accessible.
I'm calling hoarders, bitch. I'm calling hoarders. You need somebody to come clean your nasty ass house. Here comes my favorite white girl.
And then from the looks of it, all that stuff that she's moved out.
Nancy.
Oh, please let me
go. My favorite white girl. Since I'm a racist, here's my favorite white girl from Oklahoma.
Flo, let me in.
Well, what do you think about this bullshit thing that I pulled up on here on Everyday Shenanigans?
I'm late, but I gotta join.
What, honey? Pull your cowboy hat off, pull up a seat, get your fifth of Hennessy, and join this fucking drunk on Everyday Shenanigans.
It's a whole lot of mess going on.
I tell you what, if I didn't know better, I'd hit the pipe right about now. Hey, anybody got some meth? They can send the queen down here in Tennessee.
You gotta get it from Dallas. I heard they have it in Dallas.
Oh, I know they do, buddy. Texas has got everything because everything's big in Texas.
You know, if they blow a heart, it'll blow this way.
Well, I declare, that son of a bitch said she's a damn drunk. Well, I'd rather be a drunk than a motherfucking meth head. Shut the fuck up. Oh, Lord, eat me.
Well, they can eat all our dust.
I just want to know what the fuck your wife's thinking right about now. Oh, wait.
I'm dead right now. I'm the only guy up here I feel honored, actually.
Listen, Doug, I want to know, why are those people talking about you and this white woman on YouTube? Why do they keep talking about you like her? You're going there to get high with her. Why are they saying such ugly things about you, Benny? I don't understand. I love you.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck with the queen if you want to.
Hey, I guess they say the way to a tweaker's heart is with pizza, and we tried, I guess.
I got 5 on it.
I had to pay for that thing.
Yeah, you did.
Damn, well, they didn't even have a card that works. I mean, I didn't have a problem with it because it gave us more of the story, and that was all that was supposed to happen. But I didn't know that
victim shaming. Victim shaming.
I didn't know that we have Monica Keys
victim
in
shaming.
the mix.
Victim shaming.
I wonder if she could take on Keys as the last name.
I tell you what, that damn Benny Keys, you keep on running that damn dick sucker, somebody's gonna pay you a visit. You keep running that damn mouth, boy. Somebody's gonna roll up. They're gonna roll up. They're gonna be gangster style. Hey, Benny, you gonna turn around like John Lennon? Pluck, 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 pluck. Keep talking on, boy. You digging your own dirt. What's that old saying? I'd rather be carried by 2 than 6. They woke. Because I live in the real world. That mouth gonna get you fucked up.
He's very diabolical.
Yeah, he's real ignorant.
Yeah, he's got a medical condition. It's called chronic cranial colonitis.
well, maybe he's more schizophrenic.
No, chronic cranial colonitis means your head's up your ass. That's chronic cranial colonitis. It's a medical term.
Help your friend pull his head out his ass then.
It's a medical term.
Damn.
Well, by golly, you were his friend, buddy. Go help him pull his fucking head out of his fucking ass.
I cannot do that.
Son of a bitch.
I don't know. I don't know.
If I hear that fucking name again, I'll chew my own fucking paw off.
I'm not his type. I'm not like a Monica, so I don't. He didn't like me. So
Monica's a nut scratcher.
Salty nuts at that.
Nuts itching. Can I scratch your nuts for you?
It's that damn E and J you're drinking.
Hey, big girl, don't drink E and A. E and J. Oh, I'm sorry, not E and A. Oh, E and J. I don't drink E and J. For you goofy ass Californians out there.
Oh man.
I told y'all don't fuck with me, didn't I tell y'all that? Because you won't listen.
She's keeping it real.
Omni, if I was his wife, I'd put his ass out. He's already out anyway. The bitch stays in the garage every damn day going live. He's already put from being out the bitch any damn way. Son of a bitch is 2 feet from already being evicted.
I just don't understand how he's been leaking all this stuff. I mean, that's so stupid.
You are sick to rally with somebody of that caliber. Like I said, everybody makes mistakes, but this has gone too far.
It is.
Oh, yeah, I made a mistake by helping with the platform. So, like I said, I apologized earlier for that. So, I don't want any part of that.
Well, hey, if that dodo bird want to ride or die with Monica Sherrod, hey, boo-boo, knock yourself out.
He keeps talking about how he wants to keep the jury pool clean. All he's doing is muddying the waters for everyone.
He's gonna need his own jury pool cleaned at the end of the day because he's getting into this so deep. He's gonna get in trouble for this.
Well,
don't think that he ain't gonna get in trouble if something happens to somebody or something does something. It's because he's gonna clean up the neighborhood. He's got his own little special forces. He's gonna bring their tactics to neighborhood watches. You know what? This is not okay. It's not a vigilante world right now. We don't just go out and handle shit ourselves.
We do not need no vigilantes, period.
Hell no. Hell no.
That's exactly what that sounded like, was a vigilante.
Well, 100%.
Well, let him go do whatever he wants to do. And when he becomes a YouTube story, he can whine and cry in the damn jailhouse like the rest of the damn folks that get locked up.
Hit the dirt. Put your hands up.
Those stories.
Grab them teeth, boy.
Nancy,
I know.
Don't do it. Don't do it. We're gonna have us a drink. We're gonna have us a drink on Benny Keys.
I know. That's what it's gonna be like.
All you gotta do is stick Duke Farrow back on him, and you're good.
We're getting ready to say cheers to you. There you go, buddy. Ain't nobody studying that boy. He's a kid.
It's sad. It's very sad because ooh, Lord have mercy. That boy is getting in deep.
I wonder if he takes her last. I wonder if he takes her last name or if he gives her his last name. I'm not sure.
It's gonna be a modern day John Lennon story. Mark my words. You mark my words. When you least expect it, somebody's gonna come up and they're gonna bust that boy upside his damn skull. You don't quit running that damn mouth.
Yeah, because she's too diabolical, and there's too many skeletons in that closet on both sides. Even her parents. There's too many skeletons in that closet.
It's retarded.
Well, for $49.95, you can join his memberships, and you can go ahead and learn how to be a Wikipedia advocate.
Wait a minute. Let me pull my little skimpy underwear up. What did you just say?
No, I don't know. He's charging for his he's now charging members for an advocacy course. He's teaching how to be a victim advocacy person.
For $49.95.
Well, I tell you straight this busy, buddy.
Oh wow.
Wow. Damn, Benny, is you just low down?
I mean, I want to punch myself in the face. I don't even know.
Boy, you give a new meaning to ratchet. You give a whole new meaning to ratchet.
Damn.
Because I kept seeing those notifications come up, right? I don't open them because I ain't giving that bitch none of my time. Open up no video. But now that you're repeating it, it's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, and then I think you get a certificate of completion, and then you can go on YouTube. And then you can go on, and then you can go on YouTube and start a crime channel.
Okay. Wait a minute.
I'm dead.
Wait. Victims advocacy course, but he couldn't pay for the pizza. I'm dead.
Yeah, well, he'll bedazzle it for you too. It's great. His kid will actually draw on it for you and sign it. He'll actually sign Benny's name for him because Benny can't spell it, so he'll have his son write it.
Somebody will give money. Somebody will give money, and that's the point. See, this is exactly what I'm saying. This buffoonery here.
Well, I do hope that money, that he would be smart enough to
Thank you, criminal imagination.
No, he actually took donations in to get Monica's name tattooed on him. It's the craziest thing.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, don't be bringing that rule.
God.
I don't need that crazy nut coming over here.
I'm kidding.
He probably gonna be mad at this live, but you asked for it. I told you to stay out my lane. I ain't never said nothing bad about that fucker ever.
No.
I made that video because a birdie came back and told me what he said in the chat. So I gave him what he wanted. Hello, John Q. Thank you, John Q. Thank you, darling.
Freaking booger bear. That's what he is.
It comes with a book. It comes with a book.
Are you still in the chat?
It comes with it's a combo kit. It comes with a book on how to read. It's an amazing kit.
Let's Talk News. Are you still here, baby?
Yes.
You kind of quiet. Did I scare you now?
No. I was just letting them talk. I don't like to be rude and interrupt people.
Well, why don't you say something? I'm gonna let somebody else come up if you don't have nothing else you want to add to it, baby.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that.
No, do you want to say something for you? I'm gonna let somebody else because I don't know how to bring the next something about my device will not let me hit the people under me, the boxes or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Did I shock you with my commentary?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
I've heard worse.
Oh, you've heard worse?
Yeah, I've heard worse.
Because I don't want to get Monique up here. Somebody's feelings might get hurt.
I've heard a lot worse. But no, as far as I was just gonna say, the reason why they put him on the street like that, I think it's because common sense would tell you somebody with common sense would actually hide the body, not put it out in plain sight. And I think they made it seem, they wanted to make it more notice, making it look like it's somebody without common sense that would put them in the street like that.
Okay.
Thank
you, baby. Say what, baby?
Hey, y'all.
Oh, Lord.
Hi, Dee Dee.
Hi, I'm finally on.
Yes, I'm sorry. Thank you, John. Thank you so much. Excuse those new to my boudoir who don't normally know me. You don't know me. You don't normally hear me act like this. I gets like this sometimes. It happens every blue moon. Beverly comes out.
Hello, Beverly.
Yes, because I'm probably schizophrenic. So Beverly comes out. She likes to come out on the weekends.
Oh, Jesus.
And she can be a very nasty bitch. That heifer can be real nasty.
Beverly's been sleeping, but Beverly's woke.
Beverly's really 2 minutes from really being a YouTube video. Just quite frankly. You know, she's the type that might want to push you down a flight of stairs and walk by you. And she walk by you and say, "What happened? How did you get down here?"
Beverly been sleeping, but Beverly woke now.
Oh yeah, she's woke. She's woke. She's woke. She's woke, Benny Hanna.
My dog's been out.
Dee Dee, what you got to say, baby? Dee Dee, about the title. Because y'all done left my title alone.
What was the title?
Dee damn. You know what, Dee Dee?
You got me in so much shock and awe. I forgot.
What did I say? If you followed the queen, if you ever followed the queen, you know how the queen gets crunk when she wanna. You should know that from Cal City.
Oh, Jesus.
Them sons of bitches tried to run me out of town. But I didn't even live out there in damn California.
What was the title?
We don't all talk like out there in California like that.
You sons of bitches in that desert. You's a damn lie. You's a damn son of a bitch lie.
I always see his dirt all day long.
That damn Ron Dean daddy come looking at me up my damn page on damn Facebook. Stay out of Callie's business. Well, baby, I can't hear you. Them tube socks so hot to your kneecaps. I can't hear you. Say it a little louder. Chuck Taylors. They don't wear them no more. Call Michael Jordan to give you some new shoes.
It's why was Cash discarded in the street like that? Basically.
Yeah, why wasn't?
Well, I believe they did it so he could be found.
Easy, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But they jumped the gun by accidentally calling 911 and then clicking and cutting the phone off.
6:53 a.m.
And then I guess by the time 911 got back in touch with her, she claimed she was asleep and all this. No, Monica was up the whole time.
You would have to tell a cop not to show up, that everything's fine, that you've secured and checked your house, or they would come and they would say that I went to the location. They type it in their computer, went to the location. Party didn't want to, didn't need any further assistance, and then they would have checked out of their 20. That's where they would have had to go and report to. If something has to come up with a kidnapping or a burglary or something, they're showing up. They're not just gonna just disregard it.
Right.
Yeah, there's no way. They have to record their positioning on the call, and if the caller calls back and says, don't worry about it before they show up, then they can record it into their computers in their car that before they got there.
That's trauma.
They have to do everything's a paper trail. As much as we want to down the police for not always having their body cameras on or not always doing the right thing or corruption, they still record all their call logs. They still do.
TG Breaking News Global makes a very valid point. How do you go to sleep after a break-in? I'll wait.
Right.
Well, how do you not check on your household? How do you not check on the
Well, that's
well-being
what
of
I
the
said.
outside?
You don't even take a head count. If we are to believe that's true, because somebody on another channel said, well, that's a discrepancy, they think, in the computer. So what I said to myself is, why am I going to sit here and believe somebody's typing in information on an alleged break-in at her house and a gun charge at Darian's house and put the same time in?
Let's
help me understand.
let's just see that she can see all the cameras, and maybe she didn't want to go and walk around, and she checked her tweaker cameras.
Yes,
Hold on,
maybe,
hold on.
right. You would check
know?
your house. You would check your children. Like I told somebody, even if she didn't give
Yeah.
a F about those kids, she gonna make sure her
Exactly.
kids are right. But this is a
Exactly.
rule, so she ain't got to check the kids. That's for
Right.
us. This right here, what we're talking about, is for us, the outsiders, to go
Yep.
back and forth and argue about.
Right.
That heifer ain't, everything that she did that night was meticulous, so she thought. Her.
Not as articulate as she thought she was.
But that's
She
what I said.
definitely.
So she thought.
Yeah,
For
well,
sure.
they when anyone's on drugs, you got to think that they're not in their right mind anyway, and everything sounds like a good plan, and they think they thought it thoroughly out, and they've been up for days. You never know what their mentality was at that time frame when they
Yeah.
thought up that plan.
Yeah.
So you really got to put yourself. And in my past and in my lifetime, I've tried different things, and I can tell, where I wasn't right and how I wasn't right when I did that in the past.
Mhm.
And you got to be able to implement that into what these people are thinking, and on top of mental illness, drugs will
Yeah.
a psychedelic will also make that 10 times worse. So we're not sure the state that he was in. Again, he could have heard voices, and he could have been
Joey,
looking
you're
around.
funny.
So.
Right. Can't wake money.
For
You
her,
ain't had to wake her up because she was already up. Look at her eyes on Tuesday when the Daily Mail got there. I'm dead.
Wide
yeah.
open.
She hadn't been.
Yep.
She had been up for
Dilated.
probably I would say 2 days at that point.
Well,
Yeah.
trauma, we don't know. There's arguments about the 653 call that is allegedly something pertaining to Darian Brown and a gun theft or something. I don't know.
Now,
Well,
with
apparently it
that,
was
wait a minute,
650.
hold on, Doug. With this gun, was he ever charged?
Oh,
No.
I never heard about it.
No.
Yeah, that
You
part.
see there?
Never heard of it.
That's how I was like, wait a minute.
Don't you bring that Southern voice out there, Miss Miller.
I'm sorry, but when I first heard that, I was like, well, how come I haven't heard nothing about a gun
What?
charge?
My God, because all this is about the bullshit.
Amen, sister. Amen.
It's about the bullshit.
I said they're trying to throw an okie doke on
We're
them.
gonna ring them up, buddy, because somebody else gonna start talking. Wait till them doorbell cameras start ringing.
Right, all those other cameras in that neighborhood.
I'm like, oh my Lord, a gun, this and that. Come on,
They're
So
saying
Where was that? What can I ask you where that was said? I didn't hear about that until now.
Thank you,
What?
Omni. Thank you.
About the gun. I mean, I didn't hear
It
about
was
a
on
gun
the
charge.
news. Come on now, Doug. You know, dog.
No, I
heard
honestly
about this
I haven't seen it to this point. I hadn't seen anything about the gun.
Where you been?
Yeah. that FBI
Was this-
footage too that was released from the so-called spokesperson.
Oh, okay. I think I saw that today. I think I saw that today.
He was seen coming back to the news at 8 a.m. I don't know where you're getting that information from because they're saying he was already standing in the room at 7:27.
Yeah, the
What'd you say?
FBI footage
Yeah, I didn't hear about
released and all this other BS. I'm like,
Yeah, when they
good
searched-
grief.
When they searched DB's house.
Oh
parents'
yeah,
house.
okay. I saw that video. I saw that
Okay,
video.
I know you did. I know
I
you
did. Yeah. Okay. I did. Yeah.
But all of a sudden that you don't hear nothing else about that.
Yeah, but
No,
you don't hear all the other footage being released.
Well,
From
Trump,
the
we don't know how long. We do not know how long the child laid outside from 6:50 when the call went in that the lady found the body.
Well, apparently it was 6:50 a.m. when she.
Child. We don't know where he was transported, what happened to him physically. Besides the stab wounds, is all we know thus far from the ME. So we can't say how long the child laid outside. We can just use common sense to assume from near 5 to almost 7, he was found outside when a lady called at 6:50. So you just use your math under 2 hours.
Well, yeah, with them, to me, they saying DB had these mental issues. If he was the one who allegedly did this to that poor baby, he would have been still walking around. Well, somebody would have, like you said, somebody would have saw him walking around with blood all on him, or he'd have been sitting on that side of that curb next to that baby.
You know what I got a problem with too?
Well, see, that's what people don't understand about schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, you're not getting ready to be coveting and hoarding and covering up.
Exactly.
Because you're mentally ill.
Right.
And you don't have the fortitude.
Which means he would have still been in the same clothing. He would have still been in the same clothing then.
Right. A sick person, anybody knows with schizophrenia, you are not getting ready to cover up nothing because your mind is not in that realm. That's the realm of a sane person.
Yes.
Or your alternative person where you feel like you're not even in your own body. You don't know who that person is.
Okay, let me hear what Purpose got to say. Purpose, you need to hit the link. The news is reporting that they found a stolen gun at their house, but how convenient do they get a report of a stolen gun at DB's house that morning? Right. See, that's where I'm having a problem. Because that girl on Molly Golightly's channel trying to say, well, it's a human discrepancy in the computer, but you have to use common sense. How would it just be likely, once again, that there's a discrepancy of a criminal report of 2 separate houses of 2 people who allegedly wasn't supposed to know each other, but know each other, and then he's the person she identified on the camera with taking the child?
That's a lot. That's a lottery ticket. That's a lot. That's a lottery ticket win.
That's a
double.
Whole lot of coincidental. I made a mistake and put this in the computer.
Yeah, those are lotto odds right there.
I got a lot of problems. One, I got a problem.
Lakeisha said it. He would have killed them on sight. Bam. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I got a problem. How come FBI didn't take all of that evidence out of that room? And how come it has taken so long to release or get an autopsy off that baby?
Yeah.
How
because
it should
y'all
not
talking about a funeral, right? But the last article I brought you said the body, it made it seem like his body hadn't been released.
Right. It should not take that long for an autopsy. It should not take that long to get some kind of something off that body. It don't take that long.
I think there was documentation that was needed before it could be released. The body could be released. I could be wrong.
Snitch on what? You getting ready to go down in flames. It ain't about snitching. It's about preservation of life. Say that snitch talk, that's for the streets.
Well, I'm sorry.
If you've been accused of a crime, and it's about you going down and getting the needle to the arm, there's no such thing as snitching. No, I got to tell what the hell happened or what I did and didn't do.
I'm yelling.
Exactly.
I'm
Ain't
yelling.
no snitch. This ain't no gang stuff where it's a bunch of gang members that I know of involved in something, and they ain't got no evidence, but just on you, Pookie.
You know what? We haven't heard the interview that they actually did with Darian once they brought him in either. I really would have liked to be the fly on the wall in that room to hear what he would have said or had to say.
To a baby, exactly.
Right, and you know, and not being well thought out and well planned and well versed, and if he was mentally sick and he didn't know what he was doing, he's going to tell as truthfully as he could tell that he knows whatever personality is at that time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think if he's sick, the way this lawyer is assuming, let's say, because we don't really know what was told to him by his family, Darren Brown gonna tell it.
Yeah, you bet he is.
Darren Brown gonna tell it.
He gonna sing like a flock of birds.
He gonna tell everything from how he knew them. Last time he was in their house.
Talk like a baby.
If there was an orchestrating by this woman, the son who called him over, his role, he gonna tell that. I got that.
And you know what? The ball's in Darian's court right now because he can act and behave however he needs to act and behave. And the attorney can defend however he needs to defend because he's got a big case because of people like that BK person throwing out all this information where it looks more like someone else did it.
Mama, we don't know what was taken out that house as far as bedding. Come on now. You listen in the street. You listen in the street gossip.
But you also see in that video that they have that window is covered by that sheet. And in the morning time, that sheet, who dragged that sheet down? Who brought that sheet down to where it wasn't?
But Doug, let's talk about that because that was the first thing I made 2 weeks ago. and then when I saw the daylight video,
totally different scene.
Yeah, I know, but see, that's the thing. How it looked at night is how it looks different during daylight time.
And if you notice, that's the same window that light that people say that's a cell phone light. It's actually somebody making a left turn. Somebody's making a left turn, and you see their headlight, and then the headlight disappears. It's not a cell phone. It's a car that goes down that street.
Well, I know I didn't think that there was a curtain up to one of the windows until I saw the daylight video, and then I said, "Oh, wait a minute! That curtain has like a nature scene."
You see how dark it was too in color. You see the dark colors. Now I was matching that color up to what he was wearing in the morning. And if you look at what he was wearing in the morning and how the dark colors that he was wearing a dark green jumpsuit, and it was like a dark green or a dark brown or whatever window cover that was a sheet. Now if you look at it in the night vision, you can tell they resemble the same color, and you can tell that whatever he was wearing was a dark color because it made it look like a light color. And so was the sheet.
Here go TG in that rocking chair. Oh Lord, y'all worship Crystal with the paint cans, Lord.
Nah. You know what I think?
I've heard a lot about the rocking chair earlier. So where are we talking about a rocking chair was and was not? Somebody break it down for the
Well, I don't know nothing about no rocking chair, but you know what I think?
No. In both of the videos, the 1 and 2, there was no rocking chair. But when what's that Cameron
Daily Mail, when they came in to do the interview,
there was a little rocking chair sitting kind of like in front of that the window close by the window.
But that was the show. Stay woke.
Yeah, that's the.
I know you coming. That's why the kitchen was clean. Shazam! Bam! Gone, queen.
Can I kind of ask you? Do you think why would he if he was mental and he was schizophrenic at that time and he was in the mode to kill, like somebody in the chat said that they would have killed him on sight? Why wouldn't more people on site have been attacked? I mean, did he snap out of it that quickly?
Don't work like that. Don't work like that.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I'm saying like
human mind. But you talking about somebody's mindset. And it don't work like that.
But if he's angry and he triggered something to make him want to do this to one of somebody.
But look, the mind man said, "I don't like this kid right here," or "I got something I want to do with this kid." It don't mean the mind said go cut everybody else in the other rooms.
Yeah, I'm not schizophrenic, so I really don't know. I'm just saying that maybe.
But that's
I mean, I guess it's.
And we know how. He didn't seem like he was angry when he came in there checking on that boy. Okay,
he did. Well, even in the morning time, I mean, we can speculate
that's the video that's got a lot of people confused. If we're to believe that this boy was diabolical to take that child out and kill him, the hell you come back lollygagging up in there like la-di-da, patting the little boy head and all that, walk up out of there,
answering questions, and then immersing back out of the room. He immersed back out the room in the same way, he would have just strolled in to check on him to see if he's ready for breakfast. Want the cartoons on? What would you like for breakfast? A kid answers him, and then he walks back out. And his intensity was totally different from the night vision. The intensity of the night vision, you can almost see his heart beating through his throat.
Too many people are involved and high as a kite. I agree. So like you saying, "What's up?" Second video to me.
That whole house involved.
He wasn't agitated at daylight. No, he didn't seem like he was agitated.
I have a question. You know how the police will play mind games with you? So
in interrogation, you mean during interrogation?
Interrogation or not interrogation. You know how they will play mind games with you out in the public and put things out on, whatever. So you know how the police chief or whatever her name is said, "Well, we will be charging him. We think he's the only person that did this, blah, blah, blah."
That detective?
Yeah. You think that maybe they put that statement out and the reason why he has not been charged with murder is to see if said people will hang themselves?
Yes, somebody else said that the other day that it could be a ruse, because I read you a commentary from the lieutenant, which is a woman, Lieutenant Wise. She's adamant in her commentary. I'm just waiting on the forensics. I know Darren.
Let's just think about it. She's not new to the system. She's been involved with drugs. She's been involved with fraud. She's been involved with this. Her family's been involved with this and that and everything. These cops have probably been watching them long before this even
Yeah.
happened, and there's more to the story. So there's implications that are going to be put out
Yeah.
soon. They just can't. They're
Mhm.
waiting till this. They want the social media to happen the way it's happening right now. This is what they
Exactly.
really want. This is
You
what's giving
think about
them.
Yeah, you think about it. They've got those other cameras in that neighborhood. They've got that other footage that said spokesperson don't got. They've
You
got
talk
the
long enough, you
yeah.
tell on yourself. You tell on yourself. If someone talks
Well,
long
and
enough,
that's why they tell you to talk. My dad used to tell me that sometimes it's best to be
Uh-huh.
quiet.
if I want to sell you something, I'm going to let you tell me everything you want before I try to turn around and sell you everything that you want plus extra.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
that's what they're doing. They're sitting tight. They got a gag order on this case where they're not speaking. They're not doing shit really to give us enough. They're giving enough for everyone to hang themselves, especially the people that are tighter
Well,
and closer to the situation.
In any crime story, the one that talks the most is the one you need to be looking at.
Exactly, because there's more cameras in that neighborhood, especially behind that alley.
Or the one that's too eager to want to help.
Well, that's true. Immerse themselves.
Exactly.
They always standing in the background looking and lurking. They're the ones that's got the commentary about what they think happened, or let me tell you this little part right here. Absolutely true.
Or the one that's doing the spokesperson. The one that's really, leaking all the videos and all the one that's doing the helping.
Extra.
That's
indeed.
right.
Extra, yes.
Because
why do you think we saw Cameron on the news? Because he was more likable, more personality. It was easier than her. We didn't see her on the main news.
No, we didn't. Yeah. And don't you find, you know what, Doug? That's a very good point. Why was she not on the news to talk about her baby?
Because she didn't have her story set in her head yet.
Because I know, Doug, when y'all were first on the ground, that there was that camera right behind that alleyway that had a clear shot to the back of that house.
Hey guys, Amanda Rose here from Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm here with the blast.
Oh,
well,
I don't know
welcome
what
from
that
Phoenix,
was.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
What was that?
You got people. You got people in Phoenix watching. You've done it, Queen. You have done it.
Okay, wait a minute. Whose song was that? What
Top notch. Top notch.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I was talking.
One DD, one Nancy.
No, I said that was.
It wasn't me.
Sorry.
It was who?
It was me, Dee Dee. I'm sorry.
Dee Dee, get out of my damn lab.
Damn it, Dee Dee.
I was pushing something.
Hello, everybody in the chat. Thank you all for joining me. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. All super chats are welcome during the live. God bless you. I am 3 hours and 47 minutes in. I'm gonna have to end this soon. What's the take? They dump the body so the body could be found soon and get this case on its way.
Yeah, I think they just got sloppy. Okay. I think they got sloppy,
and I think the police came quick to judgment.
Is there another known drug house? Is there another known drug house in that area? Possibly they left them in front of another house that has a lot of criminal activity or problems.
Could have been.
Yeah, it's still that's bothering me. Why that house right there? That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, could have been that he was bleeding out. I mean, this is very sad to say, but it could have been that if he was being transported in a vehicle, that it was, I hear you. It was getting messy, and that they needed to get it out. I mean, that's.
Well, they bleached a big part of the street, so you'd have to feel and think that they brought him across the street, into that area.
But see, I didn't assume that.
And what's sad to think
when I saw that, I just assumed it was pressure washed, and that's where the stuff ran. I didn't assume.
And she's so right. It's kind of hard to say, but what if he was still alive when they left him there? Maybe someone would help him or something else. Who knows?
I did not want to think that baby.
No, he was sliced up.
Well, there's a lot of blood to be bleeding out at that area.
Well, it may be. What I'm saying is, I don't want to think that because
yeah, I know, I get it.
I don't want to even think that baby was still alive.
I that's why I said it's hard to say, but I get it.
I just think
Bree Love says, "Do they have another house?" Bree Love, why are you asking that? Do they have another house? That half of getting pizza. What the hell she get? What you gonna do in another house? I'm dead.
That wasn't her house in to begin with. That was her parents' house.
And they need their ass whooped too, because you allowed this bitch to keep having kids, knowing she been geeking and getting high. Yeah, I'm
she broke ass.
Like
She
your
a broke
daddy
ass.
on Facebook talking about somebody being touched. How I know you ain't been touching the kids, Grandpa?
Well, apparently all of them are geeking and getting high. So
I think Grandpa should be arrested just on that alone. You don't throw nothing out like that.
I mean, I don't know, baby.
Ugh.
Well, Grandpa, you got to think. Grandpa Kurt Pinkerton was actually the one who did the prayer at the balloon launch. You know, you didn't hear Monica talk. You didn't hear Cameron talk.
Yeah,
Kurt
I heard
Pinkerton,
that prayer.
Kurt Pinkerton did the prayer, and then Monica and then bolted. They were out. They were out real quick. It was, you know, within seconds. Within seconds.
Denmark. Thanks for joining us.
Within seconds of the balloon. So,
my God, do I need to do a part 2? Because I'm almost at 4 hours. Y'all act like y'all ain't got to go to damn bed.
I just woke up.
It's 2:00 here in Vegas. I'm going to bed.
Oh, you in Vegas? Well, you going to bed, Vegas?
Hell, if I was in Vegas, I'd be visiting my money right now at all the hotels.
I want to come to Vegas. Well, it don't matter because guess what? Here, let's see, this is the month of June. Queen in the next probably 2 weeks will be filming from Chicago.
Oh, you rock it, girl.
Yes.
Lord, just pray the Queen can get off the plane and don't get gunned down. That's all I'm
Well, you have you a drink in the sky. You have you a drink in the sky.
Queen will be going live from the shy, baby.
Well, you know what the good thing about being in Chicago is you can still take the BK course at the university via online, so you'll be fine.
Oh, I'm dead.
You're fine. You could actually print your diploma out and get a job at the hotel if you really.
Well, if she really wants to, she can fake that diploma.
I'm probably get somebody to print me some fake shit from Texas.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, it comes with some Fortnite V-Bucks too. You'll get those too, so don't worry.
You know what?
It's a combo kit.
Listen to that nasty. Nasty, you're crazy.
Hey, I just
Doug got jokes every 5 seconds. Doug got a damn joke.
I will be selling merchandise. I will be selling merchandise.
They kill somebody every 5 seconds, so I can talk. I can get on live every 5 seconds and report a story up there.
I actually have license plate frames that say "graduate with honors from BK University." So I will. I will definitely send the bumper sticker out that my child was an honor roll student and everything else. I will. I'll hook you up.
Hey, has anybody heard from Trevor lately?
Trevor. What about Trevor?
I said, has anybody heard of Trevor lately?
He's in Houston.
That's what his sister said.
He's just chilling under the radar in Houston right now.
Fuck him.
That's what you think.
Baby daddy don't get no love from the Queen. He can't get nothing.
Have they had the baby's funeral?
Yes. They did have Cassius.
Well, when did they have a funeral? Because I had been Googling that last week and I couldn't find nothing.
No, I don't know. I'm just speaking.
You know what? I'm dead.
I think there was I think they might have had like a celebration of his life, but I don't think they even have all everything they need to finalize it. Yeah, I don't think they.
No.
Well, do I need a part 2 or talk to y'all later?
Yeah, do a part 2. I think it would be a great talk, and you guys are a great crowd, and everybody up there.
You talking about a part 2 later today or in the next 5 minutes?
It's 5 minutes. I missed it.
Holy crap!
You waking up like you've been getting damn high. What the hell you doing to sleep all night, waking up in the damn wee hours?
Yeah, I did. I went to sleep early.
Okay. I will come back. I will come back in the next few minutes and do the next live. For those of you who want to ride the ride at 5 a.m. here in the high 10, you crackheads need to go to damn bed.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, look, they got quiet when they said that.
I was so tired before this live stream, and now I'm like, I don't know, like I'm ready to get my diploma. I'm just ready to graduate.
Oh.
I'm hyped up. I've got a new path in life.
Well, I am looking forward to getting me a victims advocacy course degree.
Yes,
thank you, ma'am.
It's been years since I've been to the university, so I would love to get me a victims advocacy. I just want to know.
Well, listen, you can do it from the privacy of your own home. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's an online clause.
You too can be a graduate of Benny U.
And
You
I
too
could be
can.
drunker than Cooter Brown while I'm getting it.
Who you said Cooter Brown? Jesus.
Yeah, I sure did. I can't be drunker than Cooter Brown while I'm getting my victim sick.
You know what, damn it, I'm coming back as Joe Pesci. Screw it. If you're going to be using a voice, I'm going to be using a voice. It's fine.
Air Force, you wait to the last minute to come up here.
And if you fail it, nobody knows it.
Look, somebody
You
said
still get it. You know, you still get a diploma.
A bottle of fine wine. Tang, you're crazy. Ain't that the truth?
You actually get a health and wellness diploma even if you don't graduate. It's fine.
Air Force, what you want? Just lay down. I got to get off of here.
Okay, I understand.
There's airplane.
Okay, Doug, I was wanting because of Pookie PK was helping out Monica with all her crap. You know, her being a meth head.
Well, let me.
Anyway, wait a minute.
I got 5 minutes. My hour tops at 4. Let me come back.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Air Force will come back with the next live. Thank you all for joining me. Super chat to welcome to the live. $ Big Angie 129 Cash App. I'm coming back for part 2.
And now a word from our sponsor, BKU. Graduate today.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome anytime, honey.
Bye-bye.